Off the Ivy, a Chicago Cubs podcast with Dan Bernstein, Matt Abaticola, and Cody Del Mendo on 312 Sports.
Hello, everyone. This is different. I haven't gone live by myself on a platform in a while. I used to do TikToks all the time. Happy trade deadline day, my friends. Last time we did, last year, when I did the trade deadline, before this was technically the Off the Ivy YouTube channel, we had like 500 people in here. I remember we had 500 people live in here with us throughout the afternoon, and it was one of the cool moments of the season for me last year. So I appreciate that. Praz, he says, "What happens first? Cody goes live or Jed makes no trade?" It turns out me going live. Yeah. Please tell me the subs aren't down. I don't know what you mean by that. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, you should. I'll say that much. But what I was getting at is, basically I'm just gonna sit here for the next 3.5 hours or so, and we're just gonna kind of ride the roller coaster. I'll just read the comments. If you're at least respectful, I won't be a dickhole to you. Yeah, that's really it. Like, this is just more of a, we're hanging out type situation, casual. So, yeah, I won't lie to you guys. I have a little anxiety because of what happened last year. I do have some anxiety because of what happened last year, but it's not the same. I do think this team is better than last year, so I do think that they will. They're going, if they don't add another starter, they're going to add at least 2 relievers, I think. And depending on who those relievers are, I suppose I could get on board for that. But I think the best route is to get a controllable arm and a reliever to go with Gausman, and then let's go give our best shot. So, we got 33 people live with us right now. Hello. Do what Praz said. Do this. Do that. Thanks. Calvin, he asks, do the Cubs need a platoon bat? The cold stretches the offense is known for could use a steadier hand. No. See, they could, but is Matt Shaw getting traded today, Calvin? Is Matt Shaw getting traded today? Because if he's not getting traded today, you're going to get that back. So could they use a platoon bat? Sure, I guess. Or maybe Council could let Ramirez face lefties if they don't trade him, right? I kind of dreamed about Joe Adell for like an hour before they traded him. I did, because I was like, oh, what if Adell's part of the Detmers trade? Like just this huge blockbuster. He's got an extra year of control too. Of course, if there's no season next year, I guess he is a rental. But you get what I'm saying. Like, Joe Adell would have been nice. I would have been all for Joe Adell, but he also strikes out a ton. Massive power. Would have been good to put in the outfield to replace Happer Saya next year. But yeah, he's going to the Guardians. So Robbie Ray is going to the Padres. Robbie Ray is going to the Padres. That news broke as I went live, Tom. I guess we can see what the package is. Oh, by the way, I just think it's so dumb that the Padres aren't selling. I think it's the most obvious sell year for them. They're just prolonging, like, they're just going to keep putting Band-Aid over Band-Aid over Band-Aid and not win anything. Clip that. Save it. I don't see them being any kind of a threat to anyone in the National League. And if I'm wrong about that, I'll put my hand up and say it. Rosenthal says, Jacob deGrom told Rangers he wants to remain with the team after being approached about waiving his no-trade clause. So I saw the Jacob deGrom discourse online today. Shout out to my favorite account this time of year, Mock Bombs, whether you want to believe them or not. But yeah, I think the Jacob deGrom stuff is not real. So yeah, I haven't seen. I saw Liam Hendricks, or not Liam Hendricks, Liam Hicks going to the Marlins. And 3 prospects, he's going to the Rays, and 3 prospects are going to Miami. So that's where we're at to this point. Hunter Green is a fever dream. That would be awesome, bro. I agree. I don't think you think the Reds would. You think the Reds would trade in division with their best pitching asset, not named Chase Burns? I don't see it. I know they're a poverty franchise, but I can't see the Reds trading with anyone in division. Hunter Green. Anderson, ESPN Anderson says, I want Luke Weaver, Cody. I mean, I'd like Luke Weaver. He's got another year of control after this. Got to pay him $11 million next year. It's been pretty good the last 3 seasons before this one. So I mean, he's been consistent, but he is 32. Like I could probably live without him. I probably could, but I would be ecstatic if you got him. So I'm kind of in the middle. And it's largely just because these relievers, they're so volatile, man. They're so volatile. Casey Mize. Casey Mize would be like Michael Soroka last year. Michael Soroka fastball velocity dipped shortly before or throughout the season, or at one point in the season for the Nationals. Cubs traded for him. He was hurt. Casey Mize kind of has a lot of injury problems. Fastball dipped his last start, and then they scratched him. So no one really knows how healthy he is, to be honest with you. I like him. I wouldn't mind if the Cubs pursued him in free agency if he's healthy, but it's kind of a big risk. Soroka available. Jed was right just early. I think the Diamondbacks are trying to win, so I don't think he's available. But he was right. It's just the fact that he was hurt. And that's a move. That was a massive risk that he shouldn't have made. What up, Ryan? My man Matt Gregory in the chat. Hello. Greg, a Brewers fan, is here and he's pissed off. Well, I'd like to say that I'm sorry, but I'm not. But yeah, I mean, this was the year for you guys to go all in, I think, and I don't know. We'll see. What do I like about Detmers? I even though he doesn't throw hard, he still generates swing and miss chase and has a pretty good Ks per 9. That I think that's what I like. And I think that what he's shown this year is something that is not just a 1-year thing. I think that's the biggest risk, is just the fact that this is like his best season. So yeah, I mean, I think that with the Cubs defense and what he possesses in terms of stuff, I think he can have a lot of success. So I wouldn't trade Hartshorn for him. I probably wouldn't even trade Rojas for him, but I think anyone else is on the table. It would hurt to see Conrad go, but I think I'd be willing to move Conrad for him. Yeah, I'm curious on who the Angels are interested in. Well, it looks like they are doing like a full sell. I mean, they traded Soriano, they traded Adele. They're just literally going to be waiting out this whole thing with Detmers. Just like it's like the the scene in The Office where Michael, Dwight, Andy have like the finger guns, just like, you know what I mean? Like it's just going to be that for the next 3 hours between those teams and the Angels. So can we still dream about Joe Ryan? I don't think so. I think the Twins are buying or they're standing pat or they're not doing the right thing, but they're kind of good. They're in a bad division, so I guess that makes them good. uh, what So the Rays are getting Liam Hicks. The Marlins are getting Braden Taylor, Adrian Santana, and Jacob Kisting. Oh, yeah, that's that deal. I'm sure the Padres didn't have to give up too much for Robbie Ray's or rental. It's kind of meh. It's not the same Robbie Ray was. I wasn't very high on him. I wouldn't have minded him, but I wasn't high on him. Hello, Robert. Jeff Hoffman. Yeah, I wouldn't mind a Jeff Hoffman. I kind of like him. I want Weaver and another starter. Yeah, I mean that would be the ideal one, right? That's ideally what I would like to have too. Did the White Sox get worse by adding Luis Castillo? I don't. No, they didn't get worse. What the pros of the Luis Castillo trade for me as an outsider is that they added a guy who can eat innings. He brings some form of a veteran presence to a really young roster. He's historically pitched well against the AL Central. I made a graphic. It's up on the 312 Sports Twitter account. He's got great numbers against the AL Central over the course of his career. I did it. I think it was dated back to 2022 when he got sent over to the Mariners. And so, it's not like he's facing the AL Central all the time, but I think it's over the course of 30 starts. Weighted on base average under 300. That's pretty good for a pitcher. So I know obviously this year it's been bad, but I think he can be an innings eater and just provide some depth and maybe take a little pressure off of Sean Burke and Davis Martin. That's kind of like what I view it as, you know. So I guess we'll see. But I mean, they didn't give up anything for him either. They gave up a bullpen reliever who's been awful. You know, Bubik to the Dodgers. Yeah, I just saw it. Dodgers acquiring left-hander Chris Bubik in a trade. Dude. uh, just another day that ends in Y. That's my reaction to that. Cubs have a type, Kyle Hendricks-esque, but considering high velo is MO, the Cubs lack that attribute, and high velo is more widely available. Shouldn't we be looking for that? Well, that's not fully true. Go look at the injured list. And this isn't pointed just at you, Ryan. Like, I get this. You look at the roster right now and you think, yeah, why don't we have any high velo? Cade Horton throws upper 90s. He's on the IL. Ben Brown, upper 90s on the IL. Their best pitching prospect throws hard. Has had some injury problems. I think they do. I think they have changed their stance on a lot of that. I really do. But does it look like it right now? No, because all their guys who throw hard are on the injured list. Even their best hard throwing relievers on the injured list. The 2 top hard throwing relievers they have on the injured list. So that's why I also think that again, the Cubs really value defense. And so if you get a guy who can generate a ton of ground balls, then great. I mean, has David Peterson turned out to be what everyone thought he was going to be when it happened a month and a half ago or whenever? I think outside of that start against the Cardinals, he had a few other starts where I felt like he gave up too many fly balls, maybe had some luck going inside. But his last 2, 3 outings have been really solid. I mean, I know the Yankees lineup sucks without Judge and Bellinger and all them, but I thought he pitched great on Saturday. Can we get Cole Hamels again? I think they did. His name's Kevin Gausman, Praz. Can we get Rich Harden? Is there a Josh Donaldson in the system we can trade, Sean? Edward Cabrera is hitting 98 in AAA the other day. Thank you for bringing that up, Randy. I forgot. I keep forgetting Cabrera's on the team, to be honest with you. But he's another one. He's another hard thrower. All their hard throwing arms are on the IL. It's insane. It's insane. And yeah, you want to complain about how the Cubs develop pitching or accumulate pitching. It's back-to-back years where the injury bug has bit this team in the butt on the pitching end in ways that I've never seen before. And it has to come to a point to where, yeah, injuries are injuries and they happen, but also I think the organization deserves some form of criticism for this. What are we doing here? Can we change something to avoid this? I'm not there every day. I'm not in the clubhouse. I'm not in the big tall building at 1060 West Addison in that front office. So I don't know, but it just feels like it, at least, right? It feels like maybe they should change some things to maybe not have to deal with so many injuries, but it's one of those things that you and me and anyone else doesn't really know. Caleb, Cody have gone through some swings with Ben Brown news. It started real negative, then got real positive. Now it seems like people are wondering if we'll even see him again this year. What's my take? I think we're going to see Ben Brown, but I think it's probably going to be in the bullpen. However, I was a little delulu a week or two ago when I saw the pictures of him throwing. So, yeah, I think he's probably going to come out of the bullpen, guys, which would be a really big add. It's just the Cubs can't really afford to rely on him to be a real factor. But if he becomes one, it's an added bonus, that's for sure. Am I looking forward to Gausman versus JMO on Thursday? Yeah. Baseball is a funny sport, man. Let me tell you. Cabrera hit 98, but also gave up 3 runs in 1 2/3 innings. Yeah. I say this about guys' performance in AAA all the time. You gotta take it with a grain of salt. I don't even know what to expect from Cabrera when he comes back. He was bad before they put him on the injury list. The biggest moves of last offseason have just been such duds for this team this year. And it's incredible that this team is 14 games above 500 on August 3rd, considering the biggest moves of the offseason have been duds. Mostly. Bregman had a nice July. We'll see how he does finish the season. I'm happy to see some familiar faces in here. We don't do the podcast live, so I never get to see any of these accounts, but a lot of these names are very familiar, and I appreciate seeing you guys in here today. Hey, Chris. This team can hit, but it collectively slumps at the same time way too often. Well, yeah, that's why it's yesterday to me is frustrating with Bregman because he's been hitting good lately. And then of course he hits that fly ball you need the next time up. I think Nico's been hitting well. Um everyone's mad about him not challenging that pitch yesterday, but he has been hitting well since the All-Star break. Um Pete has been fine. Even through the weekend, Pete was fine. He walked 3 times on Sunday, and he got the game-winning hit on Saturday. And I think he's like, yeah, is he having a June month? No, but he's or stretch, but like he's I think he's been consistent. He's doing what they're asking him to do out of the leadoff role, which is to get on base. I love seeing it. The other guys have to come through. Sayas overall has been pretty good since beginning of July. Just a tough weekend, man. I think it was a tough weekend. I need to see more bad to believe that this is a like something thing that I should be like concerned about. I know as the Yankees, I know the Yankees didn't have like their best lineup, but you know their strength is pitching. They're like the reverse Cubs. Like all of their best players on offense are hurt, but their pitching is like pretty good. They didn't even have Rodon right now, and their pitching's still pretty good. So yeah, it's kind of interesting to see where they could be at the end of the year and in the postseason. I don't really view them as a threat, but like I could see them in the World Series for the AL. I could see them losing in the first round. But I think that's how I could say that about like every team in the American League, I think. Do I think the Cubs trade Pedro? I think they're more likely to trade Pedro Ramirez than Matt Shaw. Will they trade either? I don't know. Anthony, thanks. Thanks for subscribing, man. You're a Miami fan? All right. Oba, what's your take on Owen Casey right now? Randy, I think he should be benched against left-handed pitching. That's for sure. Randy says, "Do you think Ian Happ should be benched? His glove can't be that valuable over his non-competitive at bats." I think against left-handed pitching, he should be sitting. Yeah, he's been that bad from the right side this year. Um, does that mean you let Ramirez face some righties? Can you put Ramirez in left field? I think it would be a lot easier if Shaw was back. I think the Cubs feel a lot more confident putting Shaw in the corner outfield spots than they do Ramirez, considering they don't really put Ramirez in the outfield at all. They did in St. Louis, but in a blowout. Like I guess you could put Conforto out there, but Conforto's been better as a pinch hitter than he has, or like when he starts. You know, like I guess this is like making a case that they should add a bat, but I think Matt Shaw is the piece they're missing. Matt Shaw has hit well against lefties this year. Overall, like not even just this year, but for his career. You want to platoon him and Shaw? Fine. Like, because as someone who likes Ian Happ, like he has not been good enough from the right side this year. That's for sure. But again, this entire conversation changes if they trade him today, and then I don't know if they will or not. But like, they might have to. I hope I from a roster perspective of it all, it just feels like the team will be better with Shaw on it long term than Pedro Ramirez. That's just how I feel. And I also haven't seen enough from Pedro Ramirez to think that this is something that I should believe is something I should get used to. Like no one knew who he was before spring training. And then he started hitting homers in AAA, got pushed into the top 100 prospects in baseball, and he's just been riding a high, right? He's been great for the Cubs in the second half of the year in July, right? Like he's been a really nice added bonus, but is like when is the league going to figure him out? You know what I mean? I don't know. If there was a way that they could keep both, I wouldn't be upset with that either. I just don't know if they're going to be able to get the acquisitions they need with keeping them both. And so that's what Jed Hoyer is fighting, and I think in terms of these negotiations. So it's a really tough like situation, you know. Yeah, I see a lot of Caleb Wing like mock trades. He's in like low A, top 10 prospect in the system. I don't know what his ceiling is, but he wasn't. They did get him out of the draft last year. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I could live. Conforto has been more sheltered by Craig versus left-handed pitchers than Bush was before last year. Can't say I disagree with that choice, but it forces Hap to still hit regularly against left-hand pitchers. Yeah. Well, Bush is definitely facing more lefties this year, and surprisingly, it hasn't. It's not the reason that his numbers are down compared to last year. I went to look at his splits the other day. He has a higher batting average against lefties than he does righties this year. Now it's like a 10-point difference, but so they could change pretty quickly. But both, like he doesn't have an OPS in the 900s against righties this year. Bush had an OPS against righties over 900 last year. And it's just need to see more the last 2 months of the year to kind of say that he gave you another Michael Bush. Gave you a good Michael Bush season. It's not. He's not been bad. He hasn't been so bad to where you can't put him in a lineup, but he definitely hasn't slugged enough. I don't think that's an argument. Let me scroll down here. What up, Pat? Um, Cody, what's your favorite Trevor questions interactions with a Cubs player? I thought him and Bregman's was pretty good, or Pete. I think the Pete one was pretty good. I enjoyed the one he had with Eastern Illinois legend Will Klein. Is Weaver still a top bullpen arm? Now the Padres are buyers. Probably. Yeah, probably. I'm not really sure. To be honest with you, I haven't really been locked in on the reliever market because I've been so locked in on the starting pitching market because I just think it's so much more important. Um, but yeah, it's kind of where I'm at. Right now, if the deadline ended, I would say the Cubs have no chance to win the World Series. I agree. I would agree. There's no shot if they don't do more. Um, Daville. I don't know. Ramirez, Trianto, Shaw, Hartshorn, Rojas, Mo Baller, Alcantara, Wiggins. Three of them is gone in a package. I agree. I can't believe I'm saying it too, but like, I wouldn't even really be upset if they moved by Steros. He's been such a like. I was hoping he'd go down to Iowa and just like readjust and like increase the confidence. He's been bad since he went down there. I don't really know what to make of that, man. And then, in hindsight, it's like, oh, the Cubs should have moved him when he had the value. And it's like, man, he is one of those guys that I like really believed him. You just watch the swing and all of that. I mean, April doesn't happen for no reason. So I think that there's still value in Mo Baller, but you're probably going to get more for someone like Shaw, Ramirez, or Hartshorn or Rojas. Rojas and shortstop probably can play all over the field. Hartshorn, 1 year Pro Bowl, 19 years old, doing what he's doing is incredible. Ramirez, we know. Shaw, we know. Wiggins, a top pitching prospect, sure, but even his value is kind of stalled right now. Like in my opinion, like he's hurt this year. His comeback from Iowa hadn't been that great. And same thing with Alcantara. Probably should have moved Alcantara 2 years ago. Probably should have moved Alcantara before you ever moved Owen Casey. I don't know. And I've been an Alcantara guy for a long time. I still think that maybe if you get him everyday play appearances, maybe the he can be unlocked some because I think he could be a toolsy guy. But I mean, if you're not going to give the kid everyday plate appearances, it's just going to be hard for him to learn and grow. As they say for all young players. Um, and clearly the Cubs just don't believe in him, or else he would be on the roster right now. We're talking about getting more plate appearances against left-handed pitching over Ian Happ, and the Cubs don't even want to give Alcantara that opportunity. Then he goes back to Iowa and starts hitting again. Like, is he a 4A player, or is he a guy that just needs everyday playing time to adjust to major league pitching and take a step? I don't know. Like that's the the trying to thread the needle, between development and trying to win. Rob says, I prefer Holmes and Weaver at this point. I'd take that as a W deadline. Yeah, I mean, you get the best reliever outside of Mason Miller, who probably wasn't ever really available unless a team was really willing to just lose the trade. Um, Holmes is fine. He's pitched 50 some innings this year. Got good numbers in those 50 innings. Rental. You're not going to have to give up that much for him. You get Weaver for another year after this. He making 11 million next year. Sure. Like you get these two and Gausman, and you probably won't have to give up Shaw or Ramirez for either of those guys. Like, sure. Like I would literally call that the most fine deadline. I don't know if I could give that an A, but it would be fine. Like I would be willing to buy into the team more than I am right now. I just think that it's like best case scenario if they add a controllable arm, you're filling a hole. You're filling a hole for this year and next year, and beyond next year too, because probably gonna have 2 years control. So yeah. Bruce was right about the front office. I mean, we got some time here. Yeah, I agree. Adding Holmes and Gausman isn't winning the division. I mean, I don't know if adding Detmers and Gausman is winning the division, but I do know that like I I'm not really viewing it as winning the division if you trade for Detmers or Hancock or like I'm viewing it as you're filling a hole for now and in the future because you're not going to have Cade Horton next year. Matthew Boyd's a free agent at the end of the year. Shodi Managa's a free agent at the end of the year. Like it's just the reality, man. Like they have a lot of money off the books. I mean that JMO he's gone because he sucked, but he was off the books too. You know, Josiah and Ayers being scratched yesterday. Who can you see being part of a package of those guys are involved? Is Hunter Green way in La La Land? I mean, listen, I just don't think the Reds are going to trade with the Cubs. I just don't see it. I'm if they include Hartshorn, maybe. If you want Green, I think maybe, but I think Ayers is movable. Like, he's a top 3 prospect in the system, but he's 25 years old. I know he's kind of like on the same, like he's kind of like I feel the same about him like I do Pedro Ramirez. Like no one knew who Pedro Ramirez was a year ago. I didn't know who Owen Ayers was a year ago. And he's having a great year. He was like a 19th round pick. And like been awesome. He's in AAA. You could easily slot him into the team next year. If you don't bring back Carson Kelly, let Miguel Amaya take the reign. And you got Ayers. If you keep Ballesteros, like hopefully he adjusts and you're able to work. You're able to give him more time as a catcher. Maybe improves. Like all these things about that. Like that's a next year and beyond type question for me. So with that said, like, yeah, I think if we're talking about Hunter Green, I'm willing to part with Ayers. It's hard for me to part with Hartshorn though. It's really hard for me to part with Hartshorn, largely because he's 19 and doing like insane shit. But listen, I ain't gonna tell you what to dream about. If you want to live in La La Land, man? Live in La La Man. La La Land. uh Teams are calling the Jays about Soriano. Who's saying that, brother? I gotta see that. I got all these notifications turned on. I got something. I got nothing. Oh, I do say Joel Sherman's. Yeah. Teams calling Blue Jays asking about Jose Soriano after being traded from the Angels. How funny would it be to do that? Like, what can like you gave up a top 50 prospect for the guy? Why? Like, you better be getting an even better prospect back, I guess. Like, I just don't see that. I don't see that. Padres have checked in on Jackson Holiday. Jackson Holiday is kind of like he's not a bust, but it is taking him some time to like live up to number 1 overall pick, right? I can't believe like Adley Rushman. I for some reason I just thought like whenever he came on the scene, just like, oh, that's a lifer. That guy's gonna be in Baltimore for life. I think the Orioles are a great example of why like living in like hindsight on the Cubs not winning the World Series in 2016 or like winning more after 2016. Like this Orioles team, what, 3-4 years ago when they had Henderson and Rushman and all these young dudes, and on top of having like the top prospect system in baseball and like all these guys coming up at the same time. They didn't even win a playoff series with that group of guys. And they're selling. They added Pete Alonso this offseason. It's still not going anywhere. Like they missed the playoffs last year. Like 2016 was just so special, man. I think the Orioles are a great example because they literally took the Cubs route by just tanking for 5 years, try to build something. They did. It lasted for 2 years, and like they've like even their best players have kind of regressed. I mean, they're trying to trade Rushman. Gunnar Henderson like was an MVP candidate 2 years ago. He hasn't been nearly as good since. Like, it's funny to me how things kind of work out that way, you know. And I still think Henderson's a great player, but he's not what he was 2 years ago. He's still young. He probably, like a lot of people are now saying in comments, he's going to be a Dodger in a couple of years. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. And you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if he's great for him. But like, you get what I'm saying? Like they took that route and they haven't won anything. And now it looks like they're kind of plateaued and kind of stuck in the middle. And Cubs went to the promised land, man, and won. So, yeah, it's just interesting. I think it's a perspective I feel like more fans should view it as, other than just looking in hindsight and say, why didn't this team win more than one? Yeah, Rushman going to Boston. Is it official? Like I saw that it was like a thing, but I didn't know if it was official yet. If Rushman's going to Boston, like I wouldn't be surprised if if he kind of like he's been fine with Baltimore for the last couple years, but not nearly good enough. But I think he could do well at Fenway. I really do. I think he could do well at Fenway. Someone check on Jed and see if he's still spanking it. According to that Twitter account, he's been spanking it since 2009, brother. It's not official yet. Waiting on physical. Detmers. Everyone's coming in. Cerami. Okay. Official Red Sox to okay, I gotta look up. Red Sox officially have Rushman. Sir Amy. What do you got, Michael? Cubs are acquiring Reid Detmers from the Los Angeles Angels. They got their controllable starter. Can I get a hell yeah, brother? It happened. Actually, yeah, I need the it happened meme to quote tweet this. It happened, Cubs. I need the image. I'm on my computer. Where is it? God, I can't find it. This is hold on. It has to be the it happened meme. All right, guys. Woo! They didn't make us wait till fucking 5 p.m., guys. Cubs have made one trade since we started the stream. Cubs have made one trade since they started the stream. And they did exactly what I wanted. I can't believe they actually did what I wanted. I wanted Gausman. I wanted Detmers. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I don't even really, again, like I said earlier, not really sure on who I want as a reliever. Obviously, Weaver is the best one, it seems. But they got the two starters I wanted. Unbelievable, guys. All right. This is per Michael Cerami. Wow. Wow. Okay, now we have to wait for the package. What are we sending? We're gonna have a lot of answers to a lot of questions here in a bit. All right. Also, shout out Michael Cerami, man. He's never been wrong. He only does it when he knows he's right. He only does it when he knows he's right. I will feel really bad for him if this doesn't work out. If this is false news. We got to wait for this package. J Mill says Ayers, Escobar, and Kip. Where'd you see that? Where'd you see that, J Mill? Scott Hughes? You mean the parody account? Well, you're late. We know. We're waiting for the package. I need to know before I feel that happy about it. I can't believe they did what I wanted, but I'm also like, okay, what did we give up? What did we give up? He's from Nokomis? Reid Detmers is from Nokomis, Illinois? I've been to Nokomis. I went to watch a lot of high school football games there back in the day. I bet he did grow up a Cardinals fan if he's from there. Yeah, I am surprised that Cerami's the only one on this. Like Passon hasn't tweeted anything yet. But it's all dropped the same time as Adley Rushman. So like I don't know. I don't know what's going on. We have 300 people in here right now. I would love to know your thoughts on Reid Detmers. Why have I been to Nokomis? Again, it was because I think it's largely because I've driven through there, but also like there were a few high school football games I went to back in the day. It's been a long time. I'm from Central Illinois. I know what it's like to live in God's country. We're getting a lot of love it. We got some love it's. I know there's people who probably don't like this move, but I think I'm waiting. I'm waiting until we hear the package to really have an opinion on this. Again, he was a guy that I wanted. I did want him. I wanted this guy. But I also am like, what did we give up, Jed? I'm now that we're having to wait. Oh, Parker, where'd you see this? MLB Network. Is this from some from who? Where are we seeing this from? Exchange for Jefferson Rojas, Dominic Reed, Mason McGuire. Wow, they kept they didn't want Shaw or Ramirez. They wanted Rojas. If this is correct, I don't know if this is correct. Where did you get this, Parker? Let me scroll down. Disregard. That's a fake account. Okay. He's confirming it was a fake account. I don't, yeah. This is what happens when I just believe y'all in the comments. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Account was fake. I'm just going to type it in all caps. Tell me the package, you cowards. You cowards. Tell me. What if it was a draft that Cerami accidentally tweeted? Well, he would have already deleted the tweet. He would have already deleted the tweet, right? He could have got all these notifications. It's still there, up for 10 minutes. Also, again, shout out to Cerami. That's a big scoop for him, man. That's a massive W for him, and he works hard. We have 332 people here live. If you are not subscribed to this channel, you should subscribe. Perhaps hit the like button. I would appreciate that. It helps other Cubs fans find the stream because we're going to be here till 5 p.m. We're going to be here because we still got a reliever to add. Peter says not close. Who are we talking about? Peter who? Yeah, we're waiting to hear the package, Ryan. I like tell me the package. Crazy that this all happened at the same time as Adley Rushman. And I don't have an opinion until I know the package. I don't have an opinion, even though I wanted him. What if Mike Trout's in the package? Oh, get real Delulu here, guys. Let's get real Delulu on what could be in the package. Trout coming with Detmers. Is Bernstein and Maddie jumping in here? I don't know. I actually Dan has a dentist appointment, so he's not going to. But Matt might jump in here. Peter Appel says it's not close. Oh no! Hold on. Angels and Cubs are not close on a trade for Reid Detmers. Sources tell Just Baseball Media. Oh no! All right. What's it? I don't even. I need. Okay, what a twist. I think Jesse Rogers also just said that it's not true. If you don't want to believe Peter Appel. Maybe not on Twitter. He might have said it on the radio. I just got that as a text from someone. Is this our arson judge? Is this our arson judge? Guys, I can't. Okay, Dan. Didn't need to send that text, but okay. Dude, sir, that's like the first time Cerami has been off. I don't think he's ever been off before. Or maybe it's just not finalized. Bleacher Nation has an entire write-up on it. Brutal if not true. Wow. Crazy. Absolutely crazy, man. Jesse Rogers confirmed. Tough. That's a tough one. God. Well, we all make mistakes. I'm a great example. Well, guys, yeah, I was really looking forward to just having an opinion, and now I'm just like exhausted. I'm exhausted. Someone investigate the Cerami files. Yeah, it's a tough look. Taco Bell, a nice cheesy gordita crunch would go well right now with this pain. Seiya and Kelly for Detmers and Trout. Yeah, that's not going to happen. There's no reason for the Angels to want Seiya and Kelly. Right-hander Anthony Eonson. I don't know how to say his name. Going to Baltimore in the Rushman deal. Big time pitching prospect. Okay. Imagine if the Brewers trade for Detmers now. Don't even put that energy out there, brother. I feel like this is arson judge. Wow. So we went. I'm so like I guess I'm now thinking like what got Cerami to tweet that, because he doesn't like report news. He doesn't break news often. He and when he does, he's never wrong when he does it. It's an interesting theories to be made now. I'm sure they'll talk about it on their podcast next week or this week. People are saying Weaver to link to the Pirates. Is it like officially he's going to the Pirates? Or is it just like rumors? Is it interest? Is it what are we talking about here? Dude. Joel Sherman. See, I don't follow Joel Sherman. That's why I ain't seeing his shit. I have underdog MLB tweets like notifications. They have like they're so fast with the stuff. And then like passing. Pirates pushing hard to finalize deal for Luke Weaver. Bruh. Oh god. What a just brutal like 10 minutes that we are experiencing. What uh, so you're telling me someone broke that the Cubs were trading for Detmers, and then that ended up being fake, and now the Pirates are getting Luke Weaver, who, like he was the top reliever on the market. So, but did I like desperately want him? No, but like, man, you couldn't have waited 2 hours for this one. Couldn't have waited 2 hours on that one. God. This is Jesse Rogers. He's live on ESPN 1000 right now. Well, yeah. I don't think they would like it if I just started streaming their shit on this live stream, or else I would do it. It's not like I'm independent anymore. Maybe they leaked Detmers' rumor to get to the Giants to make a web trade. All part of the plan. Oh, that's a good spin zone, Pat. Guys, I can't even bother to get into this Ian Happ discourse right now in the comments. Like, I can't bother. Ask me in 2 hours, brother. We have almost 400 people in here, though, so I appreciate y'all. Almost 400. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad at all. Jake Beebe to the Cubs finally. That's the that's the humor we need right now. It only took them 15 years. I just don't think Mason Miller's being moved, Robert. I don't think he's going to move, especially after the Giants just or not the Giants, but the Padres went and added Robbie Ray. Like, I just don't see why they would trade Miller now. Mason Miller for Alcantara, Shaw, and Triantos. Yeah, I wish it was that easy. I wish it was that easy. Scott, I wish it was that easy. That's true, Vinny. We will be dead someday. My favorite part of the Reid Detmers era was the friends we made along the way. Oh man. Uh This guy needs a hug. Someone offer this man a hug. Breathe in, breathe out. I like that. That's a good it's a good way to live right now. The Pirates picking up Weaver is a sneaky, it's a good deal for them. Like, they've had bullpen problems all year. Now to go with that rotation. I know Skeens has been bad for what Skeens is, but like, you got to think he's going to figure it out. And I think Braxton Ashcraft is pretty good. Um, I just think they needed help in the bullpen, and maybe they could use another bat. They got some injuries right now. They they look like a team that could get in like last wild card spot. They do. They do look like a team that can be that last wild card. And I like a month ago, I was thinking maybe that was going to be the Marlins, and then they had that huge losing streak. Detmers was a Cub as long as Zach Gallen. Oh god. I remember that day. Thanks, Bob. Yeah, they gave up a haul. Boston did give up a haul for Rushman. They needed offense though. Like, good for them. Anyone else want to ride with me as I drive my car off Navy Pier? That's gonna be a no for me, dog. I'll just go to Taco Bell. Chicago sports delusionists, they did not get Detmers. Someone that Cerami trusted told him something, and they were wrong. He's sticking to his guns, I think. I wonder what his post says. Oh, hold on. The Cubs are acquiring left-hander Braxton Garrett in the trade with the Marlins. Okay. I'm laughing because I'm just gonna admit to y'all, I don't know anything about Braxton Garrett off the top of my head. And now, and because of that, because I don't really know who he is, it immediately goes to like, oh, it's Jed doing Jed things, and so we've gotten the full circle, the full circle. Okay, hold on. I got Braxton Garrett. Oh god, I'm going to Fangraphs. 28 years old, 6'2". 2 starts. Don't look at his earned run average. I saw some of you dropping that 14.54 earned run average in there, but he's made 2. He's pitched in 2 games. So why? Yeah, they can't be giving up anything for him. He had a 3 WAR in 2023. That's 3 years ago. He hadn't pitched since 2024. This is one of those like he's got a 10.38 Ks per nine. Again, that's like 4 innings. He's pitched in 4 innings this year. But in 2023, he was great. He made 30 starts, 159 innings. He's not a free agent until 2029. This is one of those like chess while I'm playing checkers or while everyone else is playing checkers moves that like they're sending Jonathan Long and Jace Beck. Jonathan Long and Jace Beck for a guy who isn't pitched in in 2 years? Brother. Hey, again, I know nothing about this guy. But you just like he hasn't pitched. He's pitched 4 innings in 2 years. Oh, this is just we got the full circle of like pain right here. And this is nothing against Braxton Garrett. I wish this happened 2 hours ago or 2 hours from now. Not in this moment. And the Brewers just got Dustin May. The Cardinals traded in division. They traded that arm in division. This is I need a beer. That's what I need. Oh. How do we feel about this Braxton Garrett guy? And I agree, Rob. He could be a Mervis 2.0, but I feel like you could have got more for Jonathan Long. I don't know. It just like the guy's pitched 4 innings. He's pitched 4 innings this year and no innings in 2025. Look at Cerami's reply to his post. Okay. Girl. Hey, Bailey. Dog is over here. I obviously see the pushback from solid reporters out there. For now, I'm standing by my reporting. I haven't been wrong before, and I trust my source. If I need to retract it and apologize, I will. But we are not there yet. All right. Well, standing on business. I respect it. I guess we'll wait and see. Dustin May and JoJo Romero going to the Brewers. Dustin May he shoved it against the Cubs last week, man. That's a good get for them. It's not Tarek Skubal, but that's still a good get. If he gets hurt now, like he always seemingly gets hurt, but like if he's healthy, that's a good get for them. Yeah, he has control. It says on Fangraphs he's not a free agent until 2029. He's ARB eligible next year, but he ain't gonna cost much because making $1.5 million this year, and he hasn't pitched enough to even warrant any kind of like big money. So, 46% ground ball rate. I don't know. He had in 37 innings last year, he had a 51% ground ball rate. His ERA was 5.35, but had a 3.82 FIP. Yeah, and his velo is below league average for sure. In 2023, 159 innings, 3.66 ERA with a 3.68 FIP and a 3.41 expected FIP. That's not bad for a team that was bad. That Marlins team in 23 was bad. But I'm just curious to like what they plan to do. Like he can't be a reliever. Right? Like trading with the Marlins once again. I don't know why I was wearing my headphones. I don't have to listen to anyone. Um, Mets getting the Pirates number 9 prospect for Weaver. Okay. Brian Smith says the Cubs gave up 13 and 15 in the system for Garrett. I mean, yeah, I was looking at, like, I know Long's top 10 and on Pipeline. Like, Brian has his own rankings, and that's like his viewpoint. And like, I respect them. Not that I don't listen to them. I understand that Long he didn't have a future on the Cubs. He had no future on the Cubs. To get someone for him that I guess has upside is not a bad play. I don't know what he means for the 2026 Cubs, you know. Sounds like a Carter move according to Jesse. Would be a Carter move. What do you do for this franchise, Carter? We have 450 people in here. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Hit the like button for other Cub fans to find the stream. We'll appreciate it. I hope Michael's right, Patrick. I hope he is, man. I hope he's right. He's not wavering. I respect it. I respect it. Detmers, we don't know if it's false or not, Eli. It's more of a like Michael Cerami reports it. People said it's not official or anything, or that it's not true, and then Cerami is doubled down, basically. Who is Braxton Garrett? That's a good freaking question, man. It's a good fucking question. I wish I could tell you. Looks like he's a lefty. Left-handed soft tosser. That's what he is. It's just essentially what he is. Such a Cubs move. Such a Cubs move. I also hate that the Cardinals are helping the Brewers. Thanks for popping in, Patrick. Enjoy your day, man. All right, I gotta like make this graphic. I'm trying to triple task here, guys, by talking to you, making this graphic, follow the trade rumors. So just know that I'm not ignoring you. I'm just doing my job. Dun, 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 dun. If we don't get another arm, then I don't know. Then I'm not sure what to say. I know what to say. It's a disappointment. Like that's just what it is, man. I just don't see how Garrett is going to help this team now. Like I don't mind selling high or selling low. What I guess I don't know. Like I don't know what to call that trade. Like Long's fine. We know that he was never going to play with the Cubs. So I get something for him, great. But like, I don't know, man. Just sounds like a depth arm to me until proven otherwise, which I guess is okay to have. Jonathan Long was the 10th. He was the 10th, ranked 10th on Pipeline. For some reason, I thought he was ranked 6th. Jace Beck. '28th is 28th. God dang it. Okay. O'Neal Cruz, the Astros for Isak Paredes? No way. There's no way they would do that. Yeah, I think we all generally agreed that like the Garrett move is fine, but it like the timing of the trade is terrible. If this happened this morning before this stuff with Detmers just happened, we would all be kind of like, whatever. Such a Cub move. Yeah, Long doesn't play the outfield though, Tim. Like if he was an outfielder, like that comment makes sense. And at least it attempts to make some sense. It doesn't make sense. Blowing right to left, 6-mile-an-hour gusts at Wrigley tonight, guys. Shout out Wrigley wins. Okay. Yeah, we've seen Jose. We've seen. I will never log into Bleacher Report today if Srammy messed this up. I'm assuming that you meant to say that on purpose, since it's not actually called Bleacher Report. This is interesting. It is interesting that he's standing by it. Chicago Sports Delusionist says, "I will put my house down that the Cubs are getting Detmers." Okay. Randy, good news. I'll be in Kansas City this weekend for the 3-game set. Well, that'll be a fun one. I've never been to Kaufman. Never been to Kaufman. This is the best way to view that trade. I agree with Pat. I agree with Pat there. When I think of Chicago, is it right to left or left to right in terms of the wind? Um, I guess it's right to left. I think that's how I view it when I'm viewing the ballpark. I don't know. That's that's a Trevor questions question, I think. Okay. Longest played 39 games in left field, AAA. I thought that the Cubs always viewed him as a first baseman because that was why they never called him up. Was because Michael Bush was blocking him. But even if he has played 39 games at AAA, doesn't mean he's better than Ian Happ. And Ian Happ's been bad. So, and the defense is very important to this team, actually. So it's one of those things. Like I when I look at Jonathan Long, he doesn't look like an outfielder to me. That's for sure. But listen, it doesn't matter. He's gone now, and they have better outfield prospects. So that is what it is. And to get something for Jonathan Long, who was never going to play for the Cubs anyway, fine. I just think the timing of the trade sucked. All right. Garrett has minor league options. Someone DMing me that. Gut feeling Braxton Garrett is the trade before the trade. He has options. My guess: Assad, Ayers, and another might be moved. Oh, that's a smart speculation, at least. William, if you're in the chat, I just saw your DM. All right, I'm here. Man, we had 450 people, and because I was making that graphic, y'all, 100 of you left. That sucks. All right, it's 2:42. We're an hour and 39 minutes into this bad boy, and a 14.54 earn run average in 2 games. Quiet Storm, come on, brother. I think he's going to Iowa. Kyle, yes, they're going to add a pitcher. They're going to add a pitcher before all this is said and done. I just don't know. Is Cerami right or not, man? Is he right or not? Now I can see them moving Wicks and or Wiggins. Yeah, I mean, like if bringing in Garrett means that maybe they're moving Assad or moving like a depth starter. Like I just a guy who has minor league options that's going to go up and down from the minor league system like Javier Assad has. Like that's how I'm viewing it. So he might be with the team tomorrow. He could be in Iowa tomorrow. I don't know. It depends on who else they move. Am I staying alive until the deadline? Yes, I'll be here. We got 2.5 more hours. Dog's about to go crazy. Bailey. Oh, she's going crazy. Hey, Bailey, come here, girl. Come here. Bailey. She's just protecting the house, guys. Come here, girl. Hey. Okay. You don't want to come here? Fine. I know. Come here, girl. It's It's okay. It's okay. Do I think Detmers is still a possibility? I am a believer in Michael Cerami, and I want him to be correct. My dog is barking at your dog. She's kind of large, or I'd let her come up here and say hello. Here, let's see if we can try. Here, come here, Bailey. Come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Hey, come here. Okay, fine. You don't have to say hi to the people. Bailey heard another Detmers rumor? Probably. Bailey trying to wake up Jed Hoyer. He's in hibernation. Teams interested in Clay Holmes include Diamondbacks, Brewers, Padres, White Sox, Braves. I'm so confused on the Clay Holmes market, man. Cubs just made another trade, guys. It's for another reliever. And I know I've heard of this reliever. Ryan. He's from the Angels. Why is this not refreshing? Come on. I just got the notification from Passam. There it is. Ryan Zephyron. Ryan Zephyron. All right. I have heard of this guy, and I think he's good. From the Angels, they did make a trade with the Angels. Just got to twist the knife a little bit harder on there. 3.66 ERA, an expected ERA of 2.93, 3.77 FIP. Ground ball rate around 41%. Would like that to be a little higher. But Ks per nine, 13.6. K rate of 33%, my friends. And he throws 97. Okay. Okay, Jed. That's what I'm talking about. It's just funny that it is from the Angels. So it's just kind of like, okay, was Cerami's person, his source, like, did he think it was Detmers and it was actually Zephyron? You know what I mean? Is he a rental? He's not a free agent until 2031. He's making $780,000. So I'm curious to how much he costs. Tell me the package. Passon had it first. So it's real. Passon tweeted it. It's real. What's Jed's grade so far? He's got Gausman. He's got a really solid reliever who throws hard, has a high K rate. You can throw in the into high leverage innings. I would give him right now with if the trade deadline ended, if this was it, I would give him a C minus. But it's not over yet. So like this is like a C grade right now. But like I'm also wondering what they gave up, because that's a lot of control for a reliever who's been really good. Yeah. I just want to know what the thing is. So far, C plus, says Jeff. Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm fine with that. If Cabrera sucks this year, well, he has sucked this year. Can they DFA him? They can, but he has 2 more years of control. It makes no sense to DFA him. Zephyron 75 Ks and 51 innings. That's what they need, man. Good. Yeah, his walk rate is pretty high at 14.3%. But it's not like he's allowing a ton of runs. They need whiffs in the back end. That's just the bottom line. So we'll see. But I do like the profile. I can at least say I like the profile. And I give it a Hartshorn for a reliever. Yeah. I'm just tell us what it took. I just tell me. The package has not come in yet. No. I don't know what I would give up for this guy, to be honest with you. hopefully for a bag of chips. So that ideally, we could send them a washing machine. Send them Crane Kenny for all I care. So in the Dustin May deal, Alexander Frias and Josiah Ragsdale are going from Milwaukee to St. Louis for the Dustin May, both top 30 prospects. I mean, you know how Milwaukee is with pitching, so why they didn't get any pitching for two pitchers, I don't know. I don't know. That's interesting to me that they got outfielders. Send Jed and Carter for some hot dogs with no ketchup. Keegan, yeah, Cody, number 11 and 13 prospects. For Zephyron, is that I'm not seeing anything. Jeff hasn't tweeted anything. Did Jesse tweet it? Just like to know. That's it. Why is it so hard to learn what you send for a player? Okay. 3 p.m., guys. It's 3 p.m. A lot of time. A lot of time left. A lot of time left. I guess we're just never going to know what we got for this guy. Is this the Mike Francesa podcast? No. Another question would be, what will be the corresponding roster moves for Zephyron and Gausman? There's got to be some guys in that bullpen, like Jake Woodford, DFA. I'd feel for Trent Thornton, but I wouldn't be upset. Wouldn't be upset. And they can put Colin Ray back in the bullpen. And then you have Zephyron in the bullpen there. Like, Trent or Hollowell. And I like Hollowell. Hollowell's on the IL anyway. He's not going anywhere. Hollowell has decent stuff. Tyler Ferguson, I guess I wouldn't be upset. He's shown flashes, but just not good enough. At least he throws hard. Thornton doesn't get whiffs and he doesn't throw hard. You know, Savali, yeah, they could move on from Savali if they don't move Assad and you have him and Gray in the bullpen. Like, you won't need Savali. Same thing happened with Adley Rutschman. Yeah, I guess we'll see. I hope Michael's right. He's I don't want a negative I don't want slander coming to him. He's a good dude. Jeff Fletcher. He has the package. Moises Ballesteros and Mason McGuire. Wow. But you get a reliever for a really long time who throws hard. Wow. Okay, so Mo Baller, rip. And Mason McGuire, who was breaking out in the minors this year, Mark McGuire's kid. You get a reliever who throws hard, gets a lot of Ks, and has potential to be even better with you because you have a better defense. And you have until 2031. I think them moving by Steros just says that they don't think he's going to be a catcher. I think I know, and I say that because it's for a reliever. I think it's actually like decent value for Ballesteros, who hasn't been very good this year. McGuire, he who knows what happens with him. But you get a reliever that's young and controllable for a while. That's like I don't really know. I don't really know how to feel. Like I think I understand, but I also am like, wow. Because everyone knows I'm such a big Ballesteros fan. But I also kind of came to the conclusion that they're probably going to move him this deadline. How do we feel, folks? How do we feel? This is great. We wanted a good reliever. We can't complain about this one. Come on. I'm not complaining. I'm talking it out. I'm kind of in the middle. I think it could be a win-win for both. And again, it's not like it's a reliever for 1 year. You get him through the rest of the decade. The Ballesteros has been so bad this year too. Will he figure it out with the Angels? I mean, as a fan of his, I hope he does, but is he gonna be a 40 home run guy? I don't maybe down the road, but not anytime. Would I guess he'd be a 40 home run guy anytime in the next 5 years? No. He could be a 20 home run guy, I think. I think as he ages, he could be more of a power threat. But he's he's a very interesting case, man. I love the bat. I love the swing. I love his approach, bat to ball skills, all of it. I really do. He's the one that I'm kind of like bummed about more than McGuire because we don't like McGuire isn't like a ball. Like we weren't going to see him for a while. God, I'm in the middle. I understand it. I think it's a fair trade. I don't know if they gave up on Ballesteros too early or not. His inability to play defense is a big thing too. Owen Ayers, your future catcher. Mo Baller had no position, and teams figured out quickly. You got a high leverage guy until 2031. Love the trade. Yeah, I mean, I really do think this could be a win-win trade. That's what I think. That's where I'm at. I think it could be a win-win trade for both sides. Do you think we can move Kevin by the end of the trade deadline? Saw he made it 41 on base in Iowa. I mean, maybe, but his value isn't very high right now. He'll be like a throw in. I feel like that's where his value is more of a throw in. Oh, the man, the myth, the legend, Matt Abiticola is joining the live, guys. What's up, dude? Did you see the latest trade?
Which one? The Zephyr John or
Yeah,
which one are we talking about?
Yeah, Zephyron.
Zephyr
Zephyron.
John.
Yeah, Zephyr John. I think it's
Yeah.
pronounced Zephyron, but yes.
Okay.
We can call him Zephyr John for fun.
Sure.
Moises Ballesteros and Mason McGuire to the Angels for Zephyron, who's under control till 2031.
Oh, okay. Well, that works.
Yeah.
If he's good. I know he walks a little bit.
Yeah, but he throws hard and has a pretty good K rate. Like that's what they need in the back end.
For sure.
And so I feel pretty neutral about it. Like, and this is as someone who obviously loved Moises Ballesteros, but the conversation about him playing a position, he's also struggled in Iowa since they sent him back down. There's the anxiety in me that's asking, did they give up too early? But he also, again, like there's just so many factors that go into that. So I think it could be a win-win for both teams. That's what I think.
Yeah, he clearly had a short leash because, I mean, he was lights out in the first part of the year. And I know you're a big fan of Ballesteros, so I know it's tough for you to see him go. But then his offense just dropped off, and it stayed not only, bad, but it was detrimental to the offense. And then it didn't, unless the last couple of weeks, his offense picked up in AAA, which I didn't see that. I just saw that was a continuation. He was just getting more time behind the plate in AAA to see if that would be useful. And hey, we said this all along that he was a trade piece. And if he comes in or if he goes and brings in a guy that can help solidify this bullpen a little bit with a guy that can throw hard, that's great. So I know the Zephyron move, and then they got somebody from the Marlins, I heard as well too.
Yeah,
Braxton
Garrett. Yeah,
so that's a Braxton Garrett. So that's a guy. He's been injured, right?
Yeah. So he's pitched 4 innings this year. So you go straight to his Baseball Reference or Fangraphs page. He's pitched 4 innings. He has a 14 ERA. So none of the numbers this year matter because he's pitched 4 innings. But he didn't pitch at all in 2025. He was a 3-WAR player in 2023, where he made 30 starts and pitched almost 160 innings for the Marlins.
Okay.
But
that's Tommy John, right?
Probably, yeah. Okay. Which is weird because he doesn't throw hard. He's a lefty soft tosser. He averages like 90 miles per hour. So he must spin it really well to get decent results. But it makes me wonder if he's going to be if he's in that Javier Assad, Colin Ray type situation, because there's no way they're going to rely upon him this year. Maybe Assad could be included in a trade today, making him a guy that just kind of goes into that role.
Yeah.
I guess I admittedly, the timing of the trade was very annoying because of the fake. Well, I don't know. Cerami's doubling down, saying that he will come back and if he's wrong, he'll come back and say it. But he's
on the Reid Detmers,
yeah. And so that not going through, and then 20 minutes later, this trade coming out, and not that Jonathan Long was ever going to play for the Cubs. I don't know. I just feel like you could get more for Jonathan Long. You got a pitcher who hasn't pitched really in 2 years, and it's not like he does much in terms of velocity, but he must spin it really well. And I guess I'm just interested to research him a little bit more. But just looking off the Fangraphs page, it's just kind of why today?
Is he a starter or is he a relief guy?
I believe he's a starter.
Yeah, I thought he was a starter. Okay, so and then maybe you just bring him in because again, there's that we always talk about the giant pile of outs, and it doesn't matter who gets them as long as you get them. And if he's a guy that you can add to your bullpen, or they see something they can work with, for the future. I'm not, whatever. He's young, right?
Yeah. He's another guy who's under control until 2029 or something like that. So you moved a prospect that you weren't ever going to use, and it was Jonathan Long and Jace Beck, who was I think he was number 28 on pipeline for them.
Okay,
a guy who kind of had a little breakout this year and kind of came on the scene. You moved him and Jace and Jonathan Long and get a guy who you're definitely buying low on. Like he had one really good major league season in 2023 and has been hurt coming back this year. What does he look like now? I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. The Reid Detmers thing, I saw that your guy Cerami, he doubled down, as you said.
Mm-hmm.
But I just recently saw too, the New York Post put that story out there as well too. So it's interesting to hear a lot of reporters say, "Oh, it's not true, it's not happening," and Cerami wants to stick to it and then circle back to it. Great. It's unfortunate that I know it got a lot of Cub fans' hopes up for at least a few minutes until it was kind of shot down. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm sure. I don't know if you've seen it, but with keep an eye on all the baseball stuff. The what's happening with the Bears and Kobe Bryant.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure that you were updated on that. So 8 to 10 weeks with him on that.
Oh,
on that
no, I did not see an update.
Oh.
I just knew that he got hurt.
Oh yeah. So hyperextended knee, bruised bone, and a small fracture. So he'll be out for 8 to 10 weeks. They're saying.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's it's not terrible because the way the reaction was on the field, it sounded that to me sounded like a season ending thing, the way he responded, reacted. But 8 to 10 weeks, that puts him, what did I look up? It was week 5, somewhere 5, 6, or 7. That is a Eagles Monday night, Jets home game at the Packers would be 10 weeks away. So he'll be here for more than half the season as long as he recovers properly and everything's okay with him. But yeah, 8 to 10 weeks. In case you didn't see that out there, and those here on our chat, on the live stream chat you're doing with the gang.
Yeah, we're peaking right now. We got 500 and almost 550 people in here.
There you go.
So yeah, it's
tell
been
a friend.
If
you're listening, tell a friend. Double it.
Yeah, tell your friends. Yeah, I did this last year, and this was really fun. Just a lot of people come in here and just kind of like a countdown.
Any angry people? Anybody that?
Well, and of course everyone wants to. We have to do the normal stuff: complain about Dansby, complain about Ian Happ.
Okay,
all the normal stuff.
Well,
complain about the offense.
Those people that are full of vitriol and hatred for Ian Happ are getting me close to jumping on their train. So I'm just, it's like, come on, dude, enough's enough already. It's been it's been long enough. Like we need a little bit of a jump here, offensively speaking. So at least get something done before the playoff run ends, because you won't be wearing a Cubs uniform next year.
Right. Well, I keep telling people, he's basically become a platoon bat. Like whether they trade Shaw or not here in the next hour and 45 minutes, like Shaw has to be taking at bats against left-handed pitching for Happ moving forward.
Oh yeah, when's he back though? I mean, I'm really frustrated that he's out.
I would say I think they're like aiming for like a mid-August return.
Oh, they are. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he even swinging yet or no?
Yes, he's swinging.
Oh, he is. Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good to know. What else is happening? Did you have any lunch or anything? Did you?
I did eat a sandwich like 3 hours ago.
Okay.
But yeah, just been hanging out, sitting here in at this desk for the last 2 hours and 16 minutes. So
what kind of sandwich did you eat? Something you made at home?
Yeah. I got the sourdough bread from Trader Joe's.
Ooh, nice.
Couple eggs, throw some cheese on there and some turkey, and yeah.
Wait, what kind of like hard boiled eggs, or did you fried up some eggs or
fried up? Fried up a couple eggs. And,
So a little fried egg sandwich with turkey on sourdough.
Yeah. Well,
that's pretty good.
I'm a breakfast guy. I like to cook breakfast. I don't like to cook anything else.
What's your go-to breakfast? What do you make?
Ooh, I eat a lot of eggs. I eat a lot of eggs, bacon. If I'm really in the mood, I can pull out the waffle maker.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, I mean, we'll do the yogurt parfait, homemade type stuff. Get strawberries, blueberries, a little granola in there with a little honey.
It's awfully healthy of you. Yeah, I start my day off with 2 hard-boiled eggs every morning.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, Jack in the chat, he says, "Get to know Cody hour." Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, see, it doesn't hurt. You gotta have a little more than just Cubs in your life.
No, that's my entire life.
You still watching One Tree Hill? Or did you guys get through that already?
We're season 4 now of the rewatch.
Okay.
So we got like 4 or 5 more seasons. I think it's 9 seasons of that show. Yeah.
Oh, and you'll go through the whole thing?
Oh yeah. She's gonna want to watch the entire thing. Yeah.
Well, my wife and I, we just finished the latest season of Top Chef. That was my watch, and she jumped in with me. And then we just started yesterday, and I watched with her the newest season of Project Runway, which I thoroughly enjoy. It's a very, very good, very entertaining show. It's a nice thing to distract from baseball when the Cubs are frustrating me. So
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
All right. So what do we got here? We are where are we at? 3:20. So we got an hour and a half left.
Yeah.
All right.
We got an hour and a half left. And,
all right. So recap for me what the Cubs have done. So they obviously we know Gausman yesterday.
Yep. Gausman for Brett Bateman and Ty Southisene to an outfielder and an infielder. They traded so far today. They've traded Jonathan Long and Jay Speck for Braxton Garrett, and then they traded.
I'm gonna fuck his name up. I'm gonna call him Garrett Braxton a lot. So
yeah, and then they traded Moises Ballesteros and Mason McGuire, Mark McGuire's kid.
Is that who that is?
Ryan Zephyron. Yes, yeah, that is Mark. There's a picture of Mark McGuire on the internet wearing Cubs gear because his son has been in the organization for like 2 or 3 years.
Ooh. I wonder how Cardinals fans feel about that.
I mean, it's been a handful of years now, so it's kind of like old news, but I'm sure.
But I mean, still, he's got the Big Mac land out there. I mean, that's the thing, man. Wearing the Cubs jersey. Woo.
Yeah.
Is he a regular Ryan guy? R-Y-A-N?
Yeah, R-Y.
Is that like an R-I guy? Okay.
28 years old.
Yep. All right.
He's got 75 strikeouts in 51 innings. So.
All right. And then I think I saw when I looked 32 walks. 30-some walks.
Yeah. 32 walks.
I like that. Yeah.
32 walks. Yep.
Okay.
He had 73 Ks all of 2025, and we still have two months to go. So
how many innings did he pitch last year?
57.
7. Okay. All right. So he gets some more opportunity too. Because I think a council will use a guy like that in the bullpen.
Oh yeah.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
And so Gausman, Garrett Braxton, and then Zephyr John. Anybody else? Am I missing or no?
No, that's it so far.
Okay. All right. So we got 2 starters. Maybe one starter goes in the bullpen, and then one relief guy. All right, Jed. What you got next for us?
All right.
What do you think?
Well, I just this Detmers thing just keeps lingering. That's where I'm.
That was your number one target today.
That was the guy that I wanted. They've almost done everything that I wanted. I said Gausman, a reliever, and Detmers.
Oh, hey, listen! I saw your tweet. Your what do they call him on X now? It's not a tweet anymore. Is it still a tweet on X?
No, they don't technically call them tweets, but I still call them tweets. Everyone still calls them tweets.
Yeah, because I still call it Twitter. You said you were happy to avoid the Robbie Ray thing, and I brought Robbie Ray up several times. You never pushed back on me about it. So come on, tell me.
I guess I just wasn't like he when I looked at his numbers, I'm gonna bring him back up because I don't.
Yeah, his baseball savant doesn't look good. I mean, if you glance into it, it's about as blue as your shirt. So
right, yeah, and that was kind of the thing is like he's an older pitcher, a rental who hasn't pitched well this year. He has decent, like his fastball run value and breaking run value and off speed run value is good, but there's just a lot of blue on the page. Giving up a lot of homers this year, I'm pretty sure. So like it was one of those things where like if I had to choose between a rental, he wasn't near the top of my.
No, I get it. What are his actual numbers compared to the expected? You have them there in front of you?
He had 3.8 ERA, but his expected ERA was 4.43. And his FIP was 4.36, but his expected FIP was 4.75.
Okay, so he was okay.
So he had a lot of luck go his way this year. But
yeah,
he pitched he he pitches every 5th day, 122 innings. Like it's not like it would have been a terrible ad. I just think like Gausman's kind of the opposite. His number, he got an ERA over 4, but expected ERA was in the 3s and expected FIP was in the 3s, and his FIP was in the 3s. So I expect like some positive regression to come Gausman's way for the Cubs because of the defense behind him and all that. So yeah, it was, to me, I tweeted that earlier today because on the show we were talking about, well, if they could just get 2 rentals. And so I'm like, all right, well, if they do go that route, like I'm kind of glad we missed on Ray. Like I wouldn't.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. So, but yeah. I thought I had pushed back on you on that before, but maybe
No, you didn't. I don't think you wanted to fight with me. You're not like Dan. Dan and
the way you guys fight it, like you can tell that you guys have known each other for decades.
Well, the other day when I told him to shut the fuck up, my wife the next day she was like, that was pretty uncomfortable, and I'm like, no, that's pretty standard. I
remember sitting here and thinking like I was kind of uncomfortable, but then I'm just kind of like, I realized that this is a normal thing.
Yeah,
so, like,
I just couldn't say on the radio. I couldn't say shut the fuck up. I would just go in and tell him to his face during the commercial break. So
fair enough. That's fair enough.
Yeah. That's funny. So don't ever take that stuff as being too serious because it's really not. And the Brewers haven't done anything, right?
They made a trade with the Cardinals. They added Dustin May.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Oh, I got to see that guy more. Ugh.
Yeah. Dude, he shoved it against the Cubs last week.
Yeah, he pitched great,
and he doesn't allow home runs. He has like the lowest home run rate in baseball. Like he's not Tarek Skubal, but if he's healthy, like that's a dude.
Yeah, he's also uncomfortable to look at though too.
That too. He actually fits in well with their franchise.
Oh, and then when they wear those stupid uniforms they have, he's gonna look terrible in that with that bright red beard.
Yeah.
All right, that's all they've done though, right?
I believe so. I think they keep being mentioned in like Clay Holmes discussions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, why would you trade in a division though?
I know. That's
what's his contract? Is he a rental guy or is he?
Yeah, he's a rental.
Okay, so it's just for the end.
But they gave up 2 outfielders for him.
Okay.
And like, I was kind of confused because it's like you sent a pitcher. You'd think you'd want pitching in return. Milwaukee has solid pitching depth.
Yeah,
I would guess. I don't know. Again, I don't know anything about the prospects. But yeah.
All right. So a guy here asks about the Reid Detmers deal. It's not a done deal and not totally dead until 5:00. So don't give up on it just yet. There's still. Oh wait. Yeah, so your guy Cerami you said he doubled down a little bit ago, so he's still in on it, according to his sources and what he's gonna stick to. So yeah, it's not a done deal yet for the Cubs, and also not dead until we have an hour and 31 minutes.
Yeah,
interesting. All right, and then we have a Cubs-Dodgers game tonight, so we have that to look forward to after this day today.
Yeah, wind blowing right to left according to Wrigley Winds, so. Yeah, it's not blowing out. It's not blowing in. It's just kind of whatever. They would probably go on back and forth. Maybe, I don't know.
We forgot to do our picks to sit back, relax, and strap it on during OTI this morning, our Off the Ivy podcast. So why don't we do it? We're going to give Dan one more day of Babe Conforto since he's not here to pick for himself. Why don't you pick? Why don't you pick for tonight's game?
I'll go Michael Busch since he loves playing the Dodgers.
You're gonna go Busch. I'll go Seiya Suzuki tonight.
Okay.
So Seiya Suzuki, Babe Conforto for Dan. That's who he gets, whether he likes it or not. And then you'll go with Michael Busch because we didn't have any winners over the weekend.
No.
And that was 3 games for our guys to get opportunities. And Carson Kelly, he sat one. Conforto played a little. I think he had more at bats than Kelly did. And then PCA.
PCA had the big triple to help them win a game, but he didn't hit a homer. So
yeah, it's all right though. So I mean, if we were going to go a secondary note, we'd give you a little half a star there.
Yeah.
All right. What else is happening? Anything going on now in Major League Baseball? Where's my?
The Adley Rutschman trade was like,
that's my American League team. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
The Red Sox.
Man, if I can get a Red Sox and Cubs World Series, I got a buddy in Boston, and we already said that if that happens, he's gonna treat me out there. I'll treat him here, because that's been my American League team for a while.
Oh, okay.
Is the Red Sox? I love going to Fenway. It's a great time.
Yeah, I've been to Fenway once. I went back in 2018. It's just like Wrigley in terms of the history. Obviously, I went to that bar that's inside the Green Monster. It's cool.
Oh yeah, we did. We went for a little weekend, my wife and I, a couple of years ago, and we did a tour because they were out of town while we were there. So we did a tour of Fenway, which was super cool. It took us all through it. It was great. But I love going there. It's a great It's got a great Wrigley Field vibe to it. You know, with the history, but they also did a really good job. And I think Wrigley's has got it up to par with mixing the new with the old. So and Fenway was a little better earlier at that, but I mean Wrigley, the Ricketts have done a good job of making the old pair really well with the new technology and whatnot. So
I love the comments related to the sit back, relax, and strap it on. Everyone's just saying sponsored by Lover's Lane.
Oh yeah, I mean the listeners are behind it. This community believes in that partnership. So
got to make it happen one day.
I know. Yeah, I said I got one right down the street here. I'll go. I'll stream live from there sometime. I'll do an Off the Ivy live from Lover's Lane.
Oh yeah.
I'll just have to position properly what's in my background, though. We don't need too risque of material.
Right.
Have Dan model some stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if we should have Dan model stuff. I shouldn't be modeling stuff either.
Well, none of us should. I mean, if we're being honest about it, the three of us, no one should model anything. But if we're gonna make someone do it,
might as well be the funniest to make Dan do it.
Yeah, might as well be the voice of 312.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Anywho. All right. Yeah, so what's your gut on the Cubs doing anything else?
Well, as we continue to kind of sit here and see what happens, I am kind of interested to see where Clay Holmes goes. And I do believe that Detmers is going to be traded. Like the Angels have full on sold today. They just traded that reliever to the Cubs. They traded Joe Adell earlier.
Oh yeah.
They traded Jose Soriano, like we talked about in the podcast today. So it wouldn't make sense to me for them to keep Reid Detmers at this point. It's just more of like, is Michael Cerami right or not? So
where did Joe Adell go again?
The Guardians.
Guardians, that's right.
He like low key was a guy that was like, if they were to get a bat, that's a guy.
Yeah.
Like he has insane power. But yeah.
All right, couple comments here. Cubs sweep the Dodgers this week. I hope that's true.
I hope so.
Prazmaster, I know that's one of your guys. He says Cody's never made me breakfast before.
Nope.
And then this is great. This is like a guy who wears a jersey to a game, and neither of the two teams that are playing are the jersey he's wearing. So Chicago Sports Delusionist said Lioness is a great show. It sure is a great show. Completely off topic, but I'll appreciate that. Do your own show while we're all sitting here talking about Cubs.
Yeah.
But Lioness is a great show. I'm very excited for the new season.
Yeah. I guess Dalton Varsho just got traded. He's going to the Astros.
Oh yeah, that's the
kid
from Toronto, center fielder from Toronto, right?
Yeah, center fielder for Toronto. Yeah, he's going to the Astros.
So they're selling and buying still.
Yeah. Well, it was weird. Like after the Soriano deal, there was some talk from the reporters that teams are calling the Blue Jays about Soriano. It's like they just gave up a top 50 prospect for him. There's no way they're going to trade him.
I saw that on Twitter, and I was like, "Wait a second, that's not
like what is that going to do?" Like I don't know. I guess teams just doing their due diligence, just asking like, "Well, why did you do this?" But
a couple people have said here that the Cubs will give up Ayers straight up for Detmers.
Well, listen, like you just traded Ballesteros, and Carson Kelly is a free agent at the end of the year. You got a Mize who's nice. Like he's a nice player. I think he's. I can't say he hasn't turned out to fully. I can't say that he's turned out to be what I fully expected. A handful of years ago, but he's not a zero.
He's not a zero, but I think he's in his role and he's like riding his lane right now. And I think they would need a number one.
Right. Like they would need. Well, obviously, like, and the Cubs aren't the only team to do this, but like most teams these days have a tandem of like two guys and like they split the game. So like, as far as catching out of 162 games, each one will catch half. And then, with the Cubs, Kelly's DH'd some, Amaya's DH'd some, so he can still get in the lineup. Right. It'll be interesting. Like I think with them moving by, Steros makes it a little bit more of a path for Ayers to play for the Cubs next year. But I also am not like, I don't love Ayers as much as a lot of fans. And it's largely because I didn't know who he was until this year.
Yeah.
Like he reminds me a lot of like Pedro Ramirez. Like Pedro Ramirez, I didn't know who he was until spring training when Craig Counsell's talking about him for some random reason in some random in some random interviews that he did. And then he starts the minor league season and he's hitting homers. Like he wasn't a guy who had power until this year.
Yeah.
And he gets the call up. He makes it into a couple top 100 lists, and he's get the call up and basically sitting the bench for a lot of the time until Shaw gets hurt, gets some run, and like as we've been watching the last 2-3 weeks, like he's been awesome. And should the Cubs sell high with him? Like I'm depending on who the player is, like I'm not against it.
Sure,
but I also it's like trying to balance like. Should the Cubs sell high or should they ride with him because like he's been so good for them and it's almost like they need him. But he's basically in the same role as Matt Shaw right now. So when Matt Shaw comes back, like he's like, how much playing time is he going to have? And Ian Happ not hitting well against left-handed pitching, it kind of makes it easier for them to get both of them in there, I guess. But
it's funny you bring up.
It's just a very like interesting conversation to have because I just don't think it's so simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny. I was looking on Espen this morning at the Cubs stuff, and I accidentally clicked on the tab that says depth chart. And I don't think I've ever looked at a depth chart before on a baseball team. And they had Matt Shaw was listed like 6 different spots in the depth chart. And I'm like, yeah, that's a frustrating guy to have go down for an extended period of time.
Yeah, because he can play.
You got some older guys that can get a day off or here or there, every so often would be nice.
I think he'll be a better outfielder than Ramirez. Like they put Ramirez in left field
the other day, yeah.
Yeah, but it's been in like blowouts, right? Like they're not doing it in like close games. They've done that.
Starting, sure.
Or starting, right? Like they've done that plenty with Matt Shaw. And we know he can play the infield. We know he can even play a really good third base. I don't know. It just
I still think Matt Shaw is part of the future. A guy with control and affordability. I think he's still part of what they're going to do because you're going to have a few guys off this roster next year as it currently sits. So you know what? We never did make a bet about the Mize Ballesteros number of games catching. We highlighted it, but we never made a bet out of it. I should have bet you on it. I know.
Well, he ended up. He had to have caught at least 5 to 10 games.
Yeah, I think he's closer to 10. I think.
Yeah, he had to. Yeah. I'll
tell you this: he caught more this year than I expected him to catch. Even if it's 8 or 9, that's more than I ever expected.
And if he didn't get sent down because he was so bad with the bat, he probably would have gotten close.
Maybe.
But I was so high on the guy that I didn't think he was going back to Iowa ever again.
Well, it didn't look that way with his offense the way it started.
Well, I felt like that before the season.
I mean, he was the best hitter of this team to start the season. Him and Nico, man, we're doing stuff early on. That's when Ian was still hitting home runs.
Yeah, like it's crazy how much how in one season a lot of things can change. Ballesteros is like making a rookie of the year case in April and then just falls off the face of the earth.
I mean, hey, you can have that. You can have that thought process though on the positive side, and look what look what PCA has done.
That's true.
I mean, I think I saw earlier today most walks in baseball since June 15th. Like, would you have ever thought that he would lead baseball for any period of time in walks?
No.
So there you go. It can happen both ways. So
unless we're talking about one day where he had 2 walks and the rest of the league had 1,
right? Or he had a rare 4 walk day, and
and everyone's just kind of like, what happened here?
Like
just this weird outlier day.
Yeah, it's not leading Major League Baseball for a day.
Intentionally walked 3 times.
It's been since June 15th.
It's crazy.
Oh, someone just said
I still think he's having good at bats, even during like.
Oh, he is. No, he is, dude.
This like down stretch for the Cubs offense the last 5 days.
No, he's seeing the strike zone and he's controlling his opportunities at the plate at a level that I, would have hoped he would have gotten to, but I didn't expect to see, and certainly not from the way the season started out. To see it this year, to see that he's a 7.3 WAR player. Yeah. If not higher, and he's ahead of Ohtani still. It's just it's insane, man. Insane.
What were you gonna say?
Oh no, someone I like when guys try to be funny. The Cubs are sending Michael Cerami to the Angels.
Oh, Shane, yeah.
So.
to get a controllable reporter.
Yeah, they get their uncontrollable reporter. There you go. So
that's who Bruce Levine is, Shane. Come on now.
Oh, Bruce, man, I feel bad for Bruce still. That was a tough go.
He finally tweeted today.
Did he? Oh, was he on a Twitter hiatus?
Yeah.
Was he really?
I was like hoping that his first tweet was going to be him like breaking the Cubs trading for Skubal or something like that. But he's sent some tweets today, and it's just kind of the normal Bruce stuff.
How many times do you think he double checked it and triple checked it and quadruple checked it before he sent it?
It's almost who knows, man.
Like he looked at it for like an hour to make sure he was doing the right thing. Right? This is Twitter. Right. This is not a text message.
This is not a text.
Yeah. Oh man. Poor Bruce.
Yeah. He sent some tweets. Actually, he the first tweet he sent since coming back was about the Tyone, the trade to Tyone.
Okay.
With the Blue Jays for cash considerations.
All right.
Which we didn't talk about on the pod, but what else? What is there to say other than?
No, I mentioned it this morning. We didn't talk in detail. Remember, I said that he's going to face. Gausman on Thursday.
Yeah. Which will be funny if it actually does happen. I think that's how it's lined up to be.
It seems to be that's looking that way. So we'll see. Another one here. Mark says PCA is going to hit for the cycle tonight. Okay.
He likes he likes playing the Dodgers, especially
he does
that article that came out and like the boo. Like he comes to play when the crowd boos him, but no one's going to boo him at Wrigley tonight.
No,
but you just know that like when his hometown team, when it comes to playing his hometown team, he likes playing the Dodgers. He really does.
Yeah.
And so like I'm excited to see him do something against them again tonight, and him versus Ohtani, the MVP race and all that. That will be a fun storyline to follow the next handful of days.
Oh, yeah. So when I was out this afternoon and I was just scrolling through as I was doing some errands, did the Dodgers get a pitcher from the Royals as well? Did I see that, or am I making that up?
Yes, Chris Bubic.
Oh, they got Bubic. Okay.
Yeah. Also, Luke Weaver went to the Pirates.
Oh, he did?
He did, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was surprising and also kind of a bummer. I mean, he's probably the best reliever available. But I do like Zephyron, so I don't know how much Weaver would have cost, but to put it in perspective, would you rather give up Ballesteros and McGuire for a younger reliever who throws hard and gets a ton of whiffs and strikeouts and stuff, who probably has potential to be better, rather than give up a decent haul, maybe even similar haul for a Luke Weaver who's 32? You get him for 1 year. After
no, I get the younger guy. Yeah,
and he's going to cost $11 million too. Like,
yeah, because the last I saw about Weaver was somebody said that the Cubs were in on talks about Weaver, so I didn't see that he went to the Pirates. Okay, Pirates still chasing it too.
I think they're going to get that last wild card spot. For a while, I thought it was going to be the Marlins, and then they went on that huge losing streak.
Yeah, Marlins decided to stop playing. Yeah, and then Pirates have been there, and then Arizona's gotten hot, and now they've jumped the Phillies So we'll see if the Phillies can stay in that final spot. But
Perez says Clay Holmes to the Cubs in the chat.
Holmes for Jefferson Rojas?
No, don't.
That's what somebody just said.
Really? I don't think he's not worth Jefferson Rojas. Where are we seeing that? Guys, chat, tell me where's the source. Is it Jesse? Heyman. Heyman blocks me. That's why I didn't see it.
He blocked you?
He blocks me, yeah.
Why?
I don't fucking know. I think I clapped at him once and he didn't like it.
Huh. Well, that's really the way to do it. I mean, if you don't even read fully through, I block so many people because of Bernstein. It's like I don't need to see your hatred about Dan. Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing that anywhere. So let's see. Cubs have not acquired Reid Detmers. Cubs, Detmers, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't see any. Okay. Well, let me go on 312's account and see what Heyman tweeted.
Well, I can look it up and see what he said.
Okay. Clay Holmes and Taylor to the Cubs from Mets for Rojas. Wow. Okay, who's Taylor? Because that's the only reason I could understand them sending Rojas.
This is the real
Tyrone Taylor.
John Heyman account, right? Yeah, that's John Heyman.
Clay Holmes and Tyrone Taylor for Rojas?
Pending medicals.
He's a rental, yeah? He's a rental. Right?
Let's see here.
I mean, there's nowhere to put him, play him, whatever. Yeah, he's a free agent. Whatever. I guess that's telling to the value of Jefferson Rojas. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all
right. So if they really did get Clay Holmes.
They did, according to Heyman. It says
okay.
Clay Holmes and Tyrone Taylor to the Cubs from the Mets for Jefferson Rojas, pending medicals.
Woo! Love that ground ball.
So Clay Holmes, he's pitched in 52 innings this year, 2.39 ERA. Average fastball velocity 94.8 miles per hour. Expected ERA 3.91. Expected FIP 3.69. His FIP itself is 3.21. So it's suggesting that he's been a little lucky. What's his Savant page?
Yeah, because his WOBA 258, expected 306.
That's still pretty good though.
Yeah, no, it's still no. That's still really good. Strikeout rate is up a little bit. Walk rate is up a little bit, but that seems to be the case.
Ground ball rate of 50. Yeah, the ground ball rate's 55%. And he's got good pitching run value. But yeah, I mean, I'm just surprised they had to send Rojas in this.
Yeah.
How's the chat feel? I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't like this.
Why? Just because of Rojas?
I don't think you needed to send Rojas for a rental. Will Clay Holmes help this team with the defense behind him? Yes. But I would have preferred Detmers. And maybe that still happens.
Either you're going to add a third starting pitcher. I mean, it's not that they couldn't use it. That's for sure.
I don't know what to really think here, because Cerami is not waving the white flag, but all
right, Holmes. So 2.39 ERA, 1.10 WHIP. Game log. Let's see. Wait. So he hasn't pitched since May?
Yeah, he's been rehabbing and is coming back. He's only pitched 50 innings this
year.
So
he hasn't even come back yet. Oh, okay.
Holmes says, someone in the chat, people in the chat are saying he signed a 3-year deal in 2025. Then why is Fangraphs telling me he's a free agent in 2027? Let me look up his Let me look up his contract.
Yeah, he's currently playing on a 3-year, $38 million contract. He signed prior to 2025. So 25, 26, 27.
Okay, well then Fangraphs. I blame Fangraphs on that. He has a player option for 2027.
Yes, he does. That's correct.
And he's probably not going to opt out because he's only pitched 52 innings. He's not going to get more than the $12 million he's due next year. So theoretically, I would guess that he's not going to.
Man, they love their. If the Cubs were a girl, they would pick the worst guys to date and try to fix them. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Even though you get another year of control, I still don't think that he was worth Rojas. And will he make the team better? Yes. I would have preferred you moved Rojas for a different player. That's all I'm saying. That's my take. I hope Clay Holmes shoves it, man. I hope he does.
Somebody says Rojas is too tall. Cubs prefer 5'9" garbage.
Okay. like Nick Madrigal.
Is this your buddy Shane here in the chat? He just says that Cerami retracted his statement.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look it up.
Well, Alex, if you're single, sorry to hear that, but hang in there. The Cubs might date you if you're a bad guy. Try to fix you.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say that, dude, about Rojas too. Like he's not denting the infield anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean that's the other thing too. Is like where are you going to play?
Got nowhere to play. I mean, you're not.
He is a shortstop, so like you could.
Yeah, I mean theoretically, I mean if you move Matt Shaw in the outfield and work him there, you could certainly do that with Rojas as well.
Yeah. Cerami said the previous post has been deleted, and again, I'm sorry, it was not intentionally deceiving. I have good sources and trust them. I just got it wrong this time.
Yeah, and that shit happens. That's all good. Yeah. Way to stick to it though until the very end. I like that. I mean, if you trust your sources, believe them, then you got to stick with it.
Yeah, that's the first time he's been wrong, I think.
That's what he said. He said he's never been wrong. I thought that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but he's not he doesn't like he's not like a breaking news guy. He's like every now and then, like he'll break something, some like random ass news. I did not expect for him to report something today. So yeah, that's my feeling about Clay Holmes.
And isn't Tyrod Taylor a quarterback? Doesn't he play football? How'd the Cubs get him? It's a bad look.
The baseball player is it kind of reminds me of Tyrod Taylor, as in like you just kind of meh. I don't know. He'll that's the right-handed bat that everyone wants to hit for Ian Happ whenever a lefty's on the mound right there.
All right. So when's Clay Holmes gonna pitch in Major League Baseball again?
It should be soon because he's been throwing for teams. He's been teams have been like scouting. Yeah.
All right, so he's on the verge of returning to active MLB roster.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, I told you. Yeah, he had suffered the fibula fracture. Okay. Oh, righty. See, that's why you need to look things up, and you have a supercomputer in your hand. You don't have to remember at 53.
Yeah.
All right, so he'll get back in here soon. Yeah, just add him to the list of guys that are coming back soon. Cubs are putting together an all-star team of guys that are injured and on the verge of returning.
Yeah. So Tyrod, or you did it. You made me do it. Tyrone Taylor hitting lefties to a tune of 301, 311, 589 this season. Got to think Happ may hit the bench against lefty starters now.
So he'll play left field.
Probably.
All right, that works for me. Give that young man a rest.
At least, I just think it's probably going to become more of a platoon situation. Yeah. And they didn't we got an hour left here. I don't think we'll see anything else, but who knows?
You know what's funny? And I didn't say it this morning on Off the Ivy because I know it's not realistic. And this is the meatball fan in me talking. It's like, try to move Ian Happ today and at least get something for him.
Mm-hmm.
If they could have filled that outfield spot, but I knew they wouldn't do that. That's why I didn't say it, but it was definitely.
Well, that's one of those like MLB The Show roster management type situations. if they DFA'd Ian Happ or traded him, that would be like when the Brewers traded Josh Hader a few years ago, and it completely ruined their clubhouse chemistry and shit.
Oh,
like that.
yeah.
You remember that? Like,
yes,
they did that. They did that in the season that they were like first place in the division.
Yeah, I was so confused by that move. And I don't even remember who they got, but maybe it worked out for them. But I remember at the time I was like, come on. Yeah, I don't think I don't know, Justin Dean, man. I mean, isn't he 30?
Justin Dean should not be Justin Dean should not be playing over Ian Happ.
Yeah, and I don't think in place of Ian Happ either. I don't know. I'm not seeing that either with him or Alcantara. Oh yeah, Happy has he's got a no trade clause. That's right. Thanks for pointing that out, Jeffy. All right, well, that's exciting news, huh? Clay Holmes, the Cubs.
He will help them win. I just don't think you needed to trade Rojas for him.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna let you get back to it here and wrap up your time with all your peoples. I just wanted to jump on and say hello and have a little chat with you and give you a little breather as well too.
I appreciate it. Are you content with this move?
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Yeah, I'm fine with it. I'm listen, dude. I'm willing to trade any minor league piece that's going to help your big league team win. And if he helps win games this year, then I'm fine with it, and I'll deal with the consequences, the aftermath of it afterwards. Because I'm not like Jed Hoyer and Tom Ricketts, where I have to look beyond this year. I'm looking at this year, and I want the Cubs to win in 2026, and then I'll figure out 2027 as a fan next year. He's going to help them win games, and if what is it, Tyrone Taylor. Okay.
Tyrone Taylor. Yeah.
I mean,
right-handed outfielder.
All right, great. If he can get to Ian Happ a breather and hit the ball a little bit, and that platoon situation helps him win more games, then great. I'm all for it too. But I get your deals. I know you were big on Jefferson Rojas, and I have a bunch of his rookie cards and prospect cards. So now I'm disappointed that he's gone, but whatever. It's all good.
Yeah. It is what it is. I like that they're trying to win. You did what I asked. You added 2 starters. From my understanding, he's going to start at least.
So I mean, you'll have to move. So Dean goes back to AAA, and then you have just a rotation of extra hitters and Babe Conforto now. Gets dropped down a little bit. Who knows? Yeah, who knows what happens with all. But hey, listen. If it helps them win games this year, that's all that matters. And we had this interesting conversation this morning about, are they chasing down the Brewers or are they solidifying for a lengthy playoff run? You have 7 games left with the Brewers. Realistically, I think a good outcome would be 4-3, 5-2. Hopeful, So let's put together the best team they can for a lengthy playoff run here, because anybody can beat anybody when you get into the tournament and all starts all over.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
All right, dude, I'm going to let you go. Good job doing this. This is good stuff. I'm sure people loved hanging and talking, and I'll let you recap everything for what's happened. So
yeah, you got to be here. We're peaking at 565 right now, people.
Let's go. I love it.
Go.
And then just to remind our listeners too, our picks to sit back, relax, and strap it on tonight. I have Seiya Suzuki. We gave Dave. What's his name? Dan. We gave Dan Babe Conforto, and then you have Michael Busch tonight, one of your guys. So
yeah.
All right, pal. Enjoy the rest of this hour and see if anything else happens.
All right. I appreciate it, man. See you.
All right, pal. Talk to you soon.
Yep. All right, guys. I mean, for anyone who thinks that I just try to spin everything positive, you can't say that. Like, I can't sit here and say that I'm happy about moving Rojas for a year and a half of Clay Holmes, a guy who's pitched 50 innings this year. I think he'll help them win games. I do think that he'll help them win games. I don't know. I feel like Detmers was the better option. whatever. And who knows what the Angels were asking for Detmers. If I will be surprised if Detmers isn't moved before the end of the day. I'll be very surprised if he's not moved before the end of the day, because the Angels have moved so many pieces at this point. Like, why would they keep Detmers now? But and like, obviously he's not coming to the Cubs now. Yeah. Do I think Rojas is even going to be like a superstar type player? No, but like, I don't know. I'm talking about like equal value. I think you could have gotten a better player for Jefferson Rojas. Like, do you understand what I mean by that? Like, Clay Holmes is in his 30s, coming off an injury. I just feel like you could have got more. Yeah, the Cubs do have plenty of infielders. I mean, it's not really about that for me. It's not really about like if he's going to play for the Cubs. It's more about like, I think you could have just got a more valuable piece. I do think Justin Dean probably is going back to Iowa, because I know Matt Shaw will come back eventually. He'll play some outfield. It's gonna be interesting to see how they mix all these things in, but that's down the road. He has a player option for next year. For some reason, I thought it was a rental, but that's because Fangraphs hasn't updated, didn't fully tell a story to me when I was looking at his Fangraphs page. So I blame Fangraphs, not me. Yeah. My overall grade at this point, if the deadline is over, if this is it, you get Zephyron, Gausman, Braxton Garrett, and then Clay Holmes. I give it a B minus. That's where I'm at. I give it a B minus. I hope Clay Holmes turns out to be like way better than I'm even expecting, and I'm expecting him to be solid. I just don't know. There's a lot of question there, I think, with the injury and all of that, but just the package is what annoys me, but it is what it is. What's my favorite part of the Reid Detmers era? The friends we made along the way, my friends. The friends we made along the way. Clay Holmes can be an effective 3-man. Hold on. Clay Holmes can be effective in a 3-man playoff rotation. Can't pass up that opportunity for what Rojas might be someday. That's fair. Again, I don't really care about Rojas with the Cubs. I care about getting a more valuable piece for Rojas. That's what I care about. I think they could have got a better player. But you're right. You're not wrong. Holmes is at, even in 50 innings this year, he's been really solid. Better than solid, actually. Christian says he gives him a B plus. Yeah, drop your grades, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts so I can get an idea if I'm the only one here being pessimistic or not, which is definitely not true of the 450 of you that are in here. This is not it. This is not. I'm this damned if you do, damned if you, that is not the way I'm looking at this. I'm looking at, I think you could have got a more valuable player for Jefferson Rojas. Clay Holmes will probably be a very solid addition. I think you could have got a better player for Jefferson Rojas. That's it. I'm glad Jed was aggressive. That's it. Got some B plus, B minus, B, C plus. B plus is a perfect grade. Mark goes C plus. I don't get why you're acting so depressed. You have no idea what the conversations were for Detmers. Let Holmes pitch with this defense and then make a decision. Rojas would never play here. Well, let's dissect this a little bit. Like I said, if you could get a better player than Clay Holmes for your number 2 prospect and a top 100 prospect in baseball, I'm curious to which pitchers those are. If the Angels weren't interested in Jefferson Rojas, then fine, right? I guess what I want to say to you, KC, I don't know. I'm just gonna call you KC. I guess you know how the reports always come out on like who offered what for what, right? When those things come out, we will see, or I will see, what the Cubs offered for Detmers. And if it's something like last year when the Nationals wanted Cade Horton and Matt Shaw for Mackenzie Gore, then yeah, like in hindsight, I'm glad they didn't make that move. I just personally think that you could have got a better player for Jefferson Rojas. So, but that doesn't mean I don't think Clay Holmes will be bad with the Cubs. I think Clay Holmes will be pretty good with the Cubs. Will he be great? I don't know, but he'll definitely be pretty good. So that's why I give it like a B minus somewhere in there. So I think at the end of the day, I'm just glad that they did add the 2 starters like I asked. They got a big time reliever that has been really solid and has potential. And you have them for a long time. So to go with the rest of what they have. It's kind of nice being like on the one end where like I have to spin everyone else into positivity and I'm the one negative for once. It's a different side of the realm over here, guys. And again, I think that this is what they have done is fine. I just preferred Reid Detmers, and I think you could have got a better player for Clay or for Jefferson Rojas. But we'll see. And at the end of the day, this time of year, you got to give up talent to get talent, and that's what they did. So. Do I think Rojas would have been good enough for a Tarek Skubal rental? Well, Zaire Hope was the number 25 prospect in all of baseball. Rojas was a top 100 prospect, but I believe he was in the 70s or the 80s. So probably not to get Skubal. You probably would have had to send Hartshorn for sure for Skubal. So yeah, I'm not upset they didn't get Skubal. Again, I was a Detmers guy. I also liked Emerson Hancock. I also liked George Kirby. I tweeted this earlier this morning. Like, I'm not the biggest Holmes guy, but like he's fine. So Pipeline has Rojas at 63. So that must be an update. The last time I checked, he was like in the 70s, I thought. So yeah, maybe I don't think he would have been able to get Skubal. That's for sure. Well, it's 4:10. I guess we'll ride out the rest of this deadline. I'm curious if there's any more moves. I said I'd sit here till 5 p.m. We'll sit here till 5 p.m. You know what I mean? This has been a fun day, and this is definitely way better than last year, where we were just left so empty-handed. So, yeah. What else we got here? Cody just loves Detmers because he's from the same general area. I mean, no, that's not why, but I mean, it would have been cool to say that. I won't lie about that. It would have been cool to say that. I will be surprised if he's not moved at all. If he's not moved at all, I think like the Angels like put like a foot and a half into the sell pond and they didn't sell everyone. So right now the Cubs rotation as we sit here, we got Holmes, Gausman, Boyd, Imanaga, Cabrera when he comes back, Assad, and Ray. Like that's 7 starters. But like right now, like Gausman and Holmes immediately go into the rotation. You can take Ray out, put Ray in the bullpen. Assad he's just going to stay in the role of doing whatever, a little bit of both, I would guess. And so he'll be in the bullpen. I would lean to believe. And so maybe Ray or Assad will stay in there until Cabrera comes back, right? But when Cabrera comes back, you got to think Ray or Assad are going to the bullpen. So like can all I'll say is that there's more depth there than at going in the second half of last year. Like going into the postseason, if you're healthy with this current staff, with Cabrera coming back, that's significantly more healthy starters than you had last year. You had like 1.5, maybe like, no, you had like 2.5 healthy starters in the postseason last year. Tyone and Boyd, and then like half a Shota who wasn't good anyway. Right? Because Cade Horton got hurt at the very end of the year. Steele was hurt. And then they put Ray in the bullpen. Assad didn't start a game. So say they take the wild card, say they finish the wild card, your 3 starters in a wild card series, I'd probably still go Boyd. I'd either go Boyd or Gausman. They're both lefties. Or not Gausman. Boyd or Holmes. I'd probably go one of those 2 guys, Gausman, and then one of Holmes or Boyd. Boyd's been pretty good of late. So like my recency bias says that Boyd is your game one starter. But like if Holmes comes back from injury and is good like he's been this year in the 50 innings he's pitched, like that's a really good arm. So like maybe Holmes is your game one starter. You got Brown coming back for the bullpen. Yeah, Steele, Palencia will be back. So like they're like Hunter Harvey will be back. Like if you can get, I just named 4 relievers. If you get 2 of those, get Palencia in the back end with Zephyron and with like Brown, like that's solid. You know, Becky mentions Shelby Miller. Like, who knows? Like, he hadn't pitched this year, but he's had a really good season last year, or was having a good season last year before getting having Tommy John or whatever it is, whatever his procedure was. I really like what they have in the bullpen. I really like the bullpen setup, but it's largely because of guys they're going to get back. So like they have to get healthy, and then those guys have to be effective. But I think Zephyron has all the potential to be like the closer or 8th inning guy at least, like Jacob Webb in the 8th inning, Zephyron in the 9th, right? I need a haircut. Ugh. Austin says it's a B. They added 2 starting pitchers. Holmes reminds me a little bit of Kyle Hendricks. If he hits the ceiling, big fan of the reliever they added. Him and Palencia in the 8th and 9th could be filthy. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like again, they gotta have guys come back from injury in the bullpen and actually produce for the bullpen to be really set up. But tomorrow they'll have Zephyron as your closer and Jacob Webb as your 8th inning guy. And then you mix in a Thielbar and Rollison and, whatever else. And you just keep adding guys back as they come back from injury and just hope and pray that they stay healthy. Thanks, Justin. That was funny. And David Peterson too. I keep forgetting about David Peterson. So Holmes, we just list them out. Holmes, David Peterson, Boyd, Imanaga, Shota, or I already said Shota. Cabrera. Then you have Ray. Then you have Assad. Like, yeah, Holmes, Peterson, Boyd, Shota, Cabrera, Ray, Assad. I mean, who knows? if Peterson keeps pitching like he has been since coming to the Cubs, like that might be a guy that you feel really comfortable pitching in a playoff game, because especially if he's getting ground balls. And he's starting to get a lot of ground balls, and the weather conditions at Wrigley are going to be a lot like they were on Saturday when he pitched against the Yankees. Like they definitely have more depth now. That's the one positive that I'm taking away, is there's more depth with guys who can come back and help you. And I'm curious to what they're going to do with this Braxton Braxton Garrett guy. Like what are they going to do with him? Like what's the plan? What's the plan with Braxton Garrett? Marcelo Meyer going to the Giants, huh? Interesting. Mooney just tweeted the Cubs are scheduling Edward Cabrera and Daniel Palencia rehab outings on Wednesday in Iowa. So, all right. Brewers adding Antonio Senzatella from the Rockies. Don't even look at his numbers in Colorado. He's going to go to Milwaukee and turn into fucking Mizorowski light. Okay. What else we got? What other, have I missed any other trades, chat? Having this is kind of low key. I like this one. Having a true backup to PCA and take some at bats from Hap is a nice little bench piece to feel like we are glossing over him because he's not a big splash player. Well, he does hit lefties pretty well, which they desperately needed. And it's nice to see the Cubs realize that we can't let Ian Happ face any more righties or any more lefties. I keep getting, like, because he's a switch hitter, I get it all mixed up. But you guys know what I mean. Yeah. I'm curious how good of a defender Tyrone Taylor is. I'm going to go look it up. So Tyrone Taylor this year, overall 117 WRC plus, worth a half win above replacement. Doesn't strike out a ton, only 19.5% K rate. That's below league average. He has 10 homers. Doesn't walk a ton. His on-base percentage is 290. But again, he's hit well against lefties. That's probably what he'll face, is just left-handed pitching. But from a defensive standpoint, in left field, 3 defensive runs saved, 1 out above average, and 3 fielding run value. That's probably where he'll play the most. Not great numbers in center, but he's never going to play center field. He's negative in right field as well. So definitely more of a left field guy as far as a solid defense. So it makes a lot of sense that he's going to start taking those at bats away from Hap, and it's just I'm happy to see the Cubs act aggressive on that. If there's one big part of the Holmes trade that I like, that it's that. I mean, I guess they could go to a 6-man rotation, Corey. I don't think they will, but maybe like to preserve some arms, it wouldn't be a bad idea, right? Like you can continue to throw Colin Ray out there if you wanted to. Yeah, it just more of like the biggest thing is they're gonna need Cabrera to come back and be productive. They need Cabrera to come back and be productive. Steven says, I like the outfielder we got. He can hit lefties really good, so that will be a nice piece the rest of the season. Yep, we were just talking about that. Yeah, I'm gonna come around on the Holmes deal. Like again, I think he's a fine player, and he'll help the team win. I just look at their rotation and you match it up against the Dodgers, and it's just underwhelming. But I don't even know if I'd feel any different if it was Detmers and Gausman and them. I don't know how much different I would feel with that kind of rotation compared to the one that it looks like we're gonna get. So I think at the end of the day, no matter what, the Dodgers rotation was always going to look better than the Cubs rotation. And so it's going to be for the Cubs to have any success against the Dodgers is those guys, they got to keep the ball in the ballpark. I think that's going to be the biggest thing, especially with this defense. If they keep the ball in the ballpark, this team can win because they have such a good defense behind them. You keep the ball in the ballpark, they'll have every shot. Rusty says, I've been listening to the talking heads. Hey, I'm a talking head. And they've all said Holmes will never activate his $12 million option for next year. He was signed as a reliever. Now he's a starter. 12 million isn't much for him. Yeah, he used to be a reliever. And then I thought when he signed with the Mets, they did sign him as a starter. That's what I thought. Right? Like, I'm just going to look at his page right now. Let me look at his page. See how many starts he made in 25. Yeah. He made the most starts of his career last year. In 25, Clay Holmes, 165 innings, 31 starts. 3.53 earned run average. Expected ERA was in the 4s. FIP was 4.11, 1.9 Fangraph score. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I thought they signed him to be a starter. But I think I guess what you're saying is he got paid based off being a reliever. But I remember when he signed, like they were signing him to be a starter. Yeah. Garrett has dominated in AAA this year. That's more than our AAA pitchers have done. All right, Sugar. I'm going to look him up, or I'm going to look up his minor league numbers. Because I must have missed those. They only have his. Well, that's a problem. On Fangraphs, they only have his major league pitching stats. What if I go to Baseball Reference? All right, Braxton Garrett. How do I? It's still only giving me his major league numbers where I'm at. Oh, here we go. Minor league stats. It should just be that easy to find, guys. Here we go. All right. In 2026, in AAA for Miami down in Jacksonville, a 2.90 earned run average in 15 starts, 77.2 innings pitched. That's not bad. It's AAA, but that's not bad. At least he's shown to throw some innings here, because I was like very confused to like the trade to begin with. Like, okay, this guy's thrown 4 innings. Like, obviously he's coming back from injury, but how much has he pitched? And to see he's thrown 77 innings is encouraging. I'm really interested to see how they use this guy, because to me, just it's setting up to look like another Javier Assad, Colin Ray type role. But he's putting up good numbers in AAA after coming back. Like he didn't pitch at all in 25, remember? So like this is his first year back from an injury that he was out for an entire year. It's not a bad buy low option. So what, it's 4:30. Any more tricks out the sleeve, Jed? He has a pulse. Yeah, that's better than a lot of the pitchers in Iowa. You are correct about that one. Yeah. You Bailey. Well, I guess I think the Cubs got better, and they didn't give away their top tier prospect. They didn't give up Shaw or Ramirez. They didn't give up the piece they gave away that I will miss the most is probably Ballesteros. Rojas, I think you could have got a better player, but I think Holmes will be fine. Plus, you get him for another year. Yeah, like it feels like a B deadline for me. And maybe I'm not giving them enough credit, but we'll see how things play out. And I think they at least have enough depth to get through the rest of the season and October. But you obviously need guys to continue to perform. You need Boyd to continue to pitch like he's been pitching. You need Shota to continue like you pitched in July and not give up 4 homers a game, right? You need you need Cabrera to come back and give you some production. You need David Peterson to continue to pitch like he's pitched since coming over from the Mets, right? Like you need a lot of that. And then on top of it, your offense is, while it's in a rut at the current moment, we know how good it can be. So adding Taylor is a nice little bench depth that can help when Ian Happ has to face a lefty and put him in there instead of Happ. Everett says A-. Okay. Praz says B. Okay. Cerami's getting blasted by the fan base on X. I mean, that's what happens when you report things and you're wrong. So it is what it is. I feel bad for him, but he'll be better for it in the long term. Oh, and Zephyron. How could I forget about Zephyron? He's probably my favorite addition of the day, to be honest. I love this stuff with him. And I like that they have him for 6 years. Foster Griffin to Cleveland, huh? Okay. He was a nice arm. I thought maybe the Cubs could be interested in him. Nationals selling high on him. It's a very interesting that they traded for Connolly early as if they were buying, and now they're still trading Foster Griffin. So looks like they're getting 4 players back, according to Rosenthal. Huh. Who are the 4 players? Refresh. Twins getting Jeff Hoffman, according to Rosenthal. I know some of you guys wanted him. I like this one, Keith. This just in, the Dodgers got Willie Mays and Barry Bonds in their primes because why stop now? Yeah, they went back with a time machine and drug their asses back to 2026. Yeah, I know my guy Blake loves Holmes. I know I wasn't as high on Clay Holmes as most of the fan base, but that's fine. Whatever. I don't think he's a bad player. I just liked other pitchers, and I also thought you could have got a better player with Jefferson Rojas. But you got to spend to spend, and who knows what those other deals even looked like. So, and right now the Angels have 20 minutes to move Reid Detmers, and if they don't, then I guess that means that they just weren't planning to move him, which doesn't make sense to me considering how many guys they've already moved. So once we see that if they do move Detmers, I think my opinion on the Holmes trade could really change depending on how much the Detmers trade goes for if he's moved. If he's not moved, then I guess no team was willing to give a ton for a guy that really was in the middle of a breakout, you know. All right, y'all. Hello, Andrew. Welcome. What moves did we make? To recap, the Cubs traded for Kevin Gausman yesterday. They sent Brett Bateman and Ty Southisene. And today they traded Jefferson Rojas for Clay Holmes and Tyrone Taylor, an outfielder. And then they traded Moises Ballesteros and Mason McGuire, Mark McGuire's kid, for Ryan Zephyron, the Angels' best reliever, I would guess. And then they traded Jonathan Long and Jace Beck for Braxton Garrett, who is a starter for the Marlins, who has pitched 4 innings in Major League Baseball this year, but 77 innings in AAA, and he's coming off an injury. Left-handed starter, was a 3-win player in 2023. Not really sure what his role is going to be with the Cubs, but there's definitely an upside play with him. And I guess you can throw in David Peterson as a deadline deal too, like Everett said in the chat. And Bailey is her toy, and she is happy. Hey, sweetie. Hey. You want to say hi to the chat? Hey, come here. Hey, come here. Come here. Oh, you just want me to put the lamb in your mouth? Here. Or you want treats, don't you? You want treats, don't you? I'm gonna give you treats here in a little bit when I end the stream. You can wait 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Savali. Yeah, Savali's on the team. I wonder if Savali's going to make it to the end of the year, though, guys. I don't know if he's going to make it to the end of the year. All right. Mitch Bannon has a trade summary for Jeff Hoffman. Blue Jays get Dasan. I don't know how to say his name. Dasson Hill, John Klein, and Damery Pena. So I am kind of surprised the Blue Jays haven't moved George Springer today. I wonder if he'll be moved in the next 20 minutes. I kind of liked him as like they ended up getting Tyrone Taylor. I wouldn't mind if they got George Springer to be like a platoon guy, but Taylor's fine as well. I never thought either, Praz. Paperback Warrior, that's a good question. I wonder how much Ramirez's solid play impacted the Ballesteros deal. Yeah, that's like they didn't move him last year. Like they refused to include Ballesteros in any deals last year. And now they're willing to move him for a reliever. Now this reliever has 6 years of control and he looks to be really good, but I never thought they would move Ballesteros for a reliever. So anyway. Reports out that Nootbaar's been traded. Okay, Bailey, we understand, girl. We understand. Chill, girl. Yeah, he was one of my favorites too, Everett. It just really fell off after April. And then he didn't even really get any better in the minors. It's just really fascinating. Yeah, it is because Ayers is making waves. You're not wrong. What we got here? Anything? Okay, guys, we got 14 minutes. Apparently, the Brewers fans on X are pissed. Yeah, with the Cubs making IG, and they've seen them make announcements on X too. Like, they're probably done. Probably, but I'm going to wait it out because it'd be my luck to end this and then something happen here at the very end. So we're going to ride it out. The more that I think about it, the more that, I still feel like a B was a solid grade for this deadline. And I think this team is going to have a really good shot to go win some ball games in the second half. Maybe make a run at the Brewers, and we'll see. And if not, go to the wild card. Hopefully win the wild card, and we'll set up and play 5 games with the Brewers again and have to win game 5 in Milwaukee. Or hopefully not, and just steal one on the road in game 1 or game 2, and then, end it at Wrigley. That'd be the ideal thing, right? But that's just what it's setting up to be. If the playoffs started today, they would play, I think, the Phillies. And if they beat them in 3 games, 2 games, whatever, you get Milwaukee, I believe. So yeah, that's if that all plays out, like, it's not gonna be a fun experience unless they win. It's not gonna be fun to take in. But and they say sports are supposed to be fun. Lars Nootbaar to the Diamondbacks, huh? Who's reporting that one? Because I ain't seen. Oh, Jorge Castillo, Lars Nootbaar. He's gonna go join his pal Nolan Arenado out there in Arizona. That's gonna make their offense a little bit better. Did the Diamondbacks add pitching? Like, that was their big thing. They needed to add pitching. Did they add any pitching? This has only been their only move. I was gonna say I haven't heard anything about it. Like, I heard Holmes was part of the Diamondback rumors. There were a lot of teams interested in Holmes. A lot of teams. Cubs apparently were willing to give up their second best prospect. So, rumor has it the D-backs are in on Mize. Yeah, that's this year's Michael Soroka. So, best of luck, brother. I'm good with this. Would have liked a real bat for left field, but this is an A-. Says Baba. Was that Baba Gaming? I don't know. Yeah, man. Like, they weren't going to just completely stop playing Ian Happ. But Ian Happ you'd rather Ian Happ just face righties and let Taylor face lefties. That's it. That's just bluntly it. So. The D-backs did turn Soroka into a dog, but he's also not hurt. Like, that's the thing. Mize's fastball velocity dipped in his last start, and then the Tigers scratched him. So here we are. Joey Bart. Didn't he go to the White Sox? He go to the White Sox? Yeah, he's once a top prospect. Kind of been out in Pittsburgh for a while, not really living up to the hype. I don't know. What up, Nick? Good to see you again. Give him an A-. Yeah, that's fair. I get it. Listen, it looks like Detmers isn't going to be moved. So if Detmers isn't moved, then I'm fine with this. Gausman, Holmes, you got a really good reliever that's going to be here for a long time. And you even picked up another starter that I guess has some upside to him. So, where are we at on subscribers? Where did we get? We're at 2481. We got 232 people here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Would appreciate it. We maxed out at about 550 people today on the live stream. So I appreciate you guys for coming and checking out the stream on a work day. I know a lot of us are just kind of chilling here at the end, but and we think that the Cubs are done, but this was fun. This was fun, and yeah, looking forward to talking more about all these trades on the next show. Yeah, I remember when people wanted Joey Bart in the Chris Bryant deal. I mean, who knows what would have happened if Joey Bart came to the Cubs and I don't know, like he just kind of just like I thought the Giants kind of gave up on Bart pretty early, and then he went to the Pirates, and it's the Pirates. I don't know. Like the Cubs have been pretty good at like developing catchers over the years. You know, Mize solid. They developed Wilson Contreras. Like, who knows what would have happened if Bart came to the Cubs? Andrew, thanks for subscribing, man. Appreciate it. This was good, Cody. Those 125 minutes of Detmers was interesting. Yeah. What was your favorite part of the Reid Detmers era, Mark? Staying alive for the Cubs game tonight? No, definitely not. I've been sitting here since 1 p.m., guys. It's almost 5 p.m. I do think, though, come what do you call it? Maybe like the playoffs, maybe we can do some streams like during games. Yeah. Let me ask the guys if they'd be into something like that. Just be weird because like when me and Blake used to do them on like that one platform that's now dead. So couldn't do it there anymore, but I don't know. Be interesting how we could do it. Playoffs? Yes. Playoff strangles. Yes. This team's going to the playoffs. I think that's a very confident bet for me to make. I think they're definitely going to the playoffs. Could they fast track Ayers next year if Carson leaves? Well, Carson's a free agent, so who knows? We might see Ayers in September, man. We might see him in September. And also like Amaya, this year he's been healthy, but historically he's not someone who stays healthy. So anything could happen. We could see Ayers before the end of this year. Eagle. I wish I could say your first name. Quizzical Eagle. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. If you stuck out the almost entire 4 hours, say it. Mention it in the chat. I'll give you a shout out. Nathaniel Lowe to Cleveland. Man, interesting deadline by the Nationals, man. He was on the Nationals, right? No, he's on the Reds. He was on the Nationals last year. The Reds definitely selling. Guardians picking up Joe Adell and Nathaniel Lowe. I don't know how you say his name. That's not a bad deadline for them. According to Anthony DiComo, Mets aren't expecting any more deals. Nationals receive Josh Hartle, Will Dion, a guy's name, a pitcher that I cannot pronounce, Kindleys, Vergez, and outfielder Nick Mitchell from Cleveland for Foster Griffin. They got four prospects. The Guardians number 25, and then 3 other prospects. So that's not a bad haul for a guy like Foster Griffin. Miami Marlins acquiring right-handed reliever Victor Vodnik from the Rockies for infielder Connor Norby and right-hander Aiden May. I am a little surprised they're moving Norby. Norby's kind of like, I know last year he was good. I don't know what his numbers are this year. Jerome, shout out to you. 4 hours. Let's go, man. Shout out to Jerome. Greg, I appreciate you for being here, man. We got 1 minute till the deadline, guys. Praz was here the entire time. Shout out to Praz. And Mark. Shout out to Mark. Refreshed a few times, but been here all 4 hours. Shout out to you guys for not working on a Monday. Yeah, no, I managed to talk myself into the Clay Holmes trade while throughout the stream too. I think it took me an hour to talk myself into it. I think you guys got to witness like a full like accepting or talk spin zone, just spin everything positive in my head for it. And I mostly am fine with the deal. I am mostly fine with it. So all right. Mike, first time here. Subbed. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. We do a show every morning. It's up around 10 o'clock every morning, so you got to check it out. I guess for anyone new, it's like a 30 to 40 minute show. We don't do it live normally, but yeah. Work is overrated. I like it. All right. It is 5 p.m., my friends. It is 5 p.m. I think the Cubs are done. So I'm going to stick with my B minus. Just call it a B minus. I'm giving them a B minus. Make me regret not giving them a B plus or an A minus, Cubs. Make me regret. All right. This was a much better deadline than last year. That is for sure. Much better deadline. All right. I appreciate you guys for being here. I will see you online or wherever. Go Cubs. And thanks again. See ya.
Off the Ivy, a Chicago Cubs podcast with Dan Bernstein, Matt Abaticola, and Cody Del Mendo on 312 Sports.